Welcome, everyone, to another episode of RJ's Lives. We got our great international panel today. We got all kinds of people from all kinds of places. I want to thank everybody that's going to watch this on the replay. Definitely appreciate you guys. If you can't watch us live, that you do take the time to watch us afterwards. That's so appreciative. And also, anybody, if you wish to give thumbs up and comments after this video is over, that all helps YouTube to recognize us and gets us out to more feeds so that we can get everybody in on this goodness. Anyways, I'll go around and introduce everybody. Today we have Sean from the EDC Den.
Hi, everybody.
And, welcome.
Hi, RJ. Hello, panel.
And we have, of course, Patty from, Patty's Potato Peelers. Stephen, welcome. I know. Did you see him? We have Tom back from the dead here from Knife to Lights. Thank you, Tom, for being here.
You're welcome.
We have John from Thrifty Kniffy. Fantastic channel you got there, John. And then we have our newest panel member and a new channel, which is Matt, who has also started a channel called Slipjoint Sawyer. We're so happy to have you here, Matt. We're always excited when somebody takes the time to make the leap from being a hobbyist, a collector, a YouTube fan to actually starting their own channel and stuff.
What's next? Obsessor?
Sorry, say again?
Obsessor after that, isn't it? Collector, then obsessor.
Right. That is exactly right. So, hey, Pete, I see you're there. Hey, Jeroen, I see you're here. Did you get that knife from Patty, Jeroen? We were asking about that because it looks like it might be in customs, according to his tracking. But hopefully you've got that already. And hey, Pete, yep, Sean is back.
Hey, Pete,
got him there. So, yep, right on. Matt, do you kind of want to tell us about your transition of leaping to becoming a creator?
Yeah, so basically you can blame it all on Paddy, but I just put up a little brief picture of my collection. I was up to date, my little space, I've got it all in. And then he twisted my arm by saying, make a channel. And I mean, that was all the persuasion I needed, really. That's pretty much how it's gone so far. And then it's kind of got a bit mental, really. I put up one video and it went up a bit. Paddy shouted me out, yourself shouted me out. Quite a few guys have, Tom as well. And yeah, it's just been a crazy 9 days.
Yeah, you're just a brand spanking new channel, and I mean, you got over 100 subs in 9 days. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's mental.
Nice job.
116, something like that now, I think.
Right on.
Personally, I think it's the people he's mixing with helps.
That's true. That's true.
I can't give you all the credit, can I?
Oh, okay. So, Patty, in case you didn't see it, Jeroen said he has not gotten the knife from customs yet.
It says I done it today. I have the receipt here. If he DMs me, now that I know the right letters, if he DMs me on Instagram today, I'll give him a copy of this. But I checked it and it said it was in customs on Wednesday and being sorted. So, but if he DMs me, I'll give him this and then he can keep checking it.
We also accept PMs, just so you know.
Yeah. Can you DM someone in the PM, or does it have to be in the AM?
Well, you see, I thought it was personal message.
I thought it was private message.
It's not personal message.
Direct.
Oh, right. Oh, well. I love technology.
I'm not a fan either. You're not alone.
I've been saying PM for years.
We just have to get used to it. It's no problem. Oh, Gary came. Yes, very good, Gary. We got Sean on here just for you at your request.
Gary?
Jo, not BM.
Gary, I got it.
Yep, Gary. Stephen got your mail with all your good stuff in there, which is awesome. All right, so Sean, we're going to kind of let you kick off today's starting topic. You kind of wanted to talk about how you're how our EDC has changed.
Yeah.
And you can talk about your move and all that
Yep.
other stuff. I'll go ahead and I'll bring you up big
Okay.
screen so you can show us some of what you got and all that good stuff.
Thanks for that, RJ. Yeah, I mean, my EDC and my knife carry, I guess, has evolved many times, but I'm going to talk about my most recent evolution, which is, I've been missing in action on YouTube for quite a while now. I had a fairly significant move. I moved from the city out to this cabin that you see here behind me. So I'm in a different province, different job. I definitely had to take a step back from YouTube for a little while, looking to get back in there. But just touching on I guess my most recent carry when I was in the city. So I was carrying a lot of traditional knives, right? I got one here. This is a French knife. It's a Laguiole. It's been on the channel a few times. So this is a single blade traditional knife. It's got like a toothpick kind of theme to it. So nice, thin, light carry. Some nice details here. Oh, where is it? There it is. They always have this little
the file work
with the bee.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That was kind of the first traditional knife that I picked out for myself, and it quickly got followed up by this case knife. This is a trapper. So I was carrying traditional knives, light duty knives, and just getting through my day with those, opening packages, opening food, cutting food, stuff like that. I would also carry something a little bit more modern. This is the Civivi Elementum, of course. Many of us have these. And then something that would kind of bridge the gap between the traditional and the modern. The line steel Gaetano.
Beautiful knife.
Okay, so that's kind of where I was at with my city carry.
Did you have knife restrictions in the city, Sean?
Yeah, I think they're kind of Canada-wide, pretty strict knife restrictions when it comes to folders. I think fixed blades, we have a little less restrictions. But for the folders, I like to carry the slip joints because I know that's going to be legal no matter what. And then, those knives that I showed, that's always going to continue. I'll always carry my traditional knives. But when I did make the move up to the cabin, I started carrying fixed blades. And something I was very surprised by was I started carrying a neck knife, which I had never really done before. This is not something you'd really do in an urban setting, at least not in Canada. But it turns out that, neck knives are quite handy. It frees up your pockets. This is the Reich Hornet. Ooh, there it is. It's quite lightweight. It's about 3.7 ounces. So you're not going to feel that too much. You've got this missing section of handle that lightens things up. And they put some nice attention to detail on this one. You've got the choil, and it's not showing up too well, but you see that little dimple there. There's one on each side for little pinch grips. The sheath works well. There's a little spot that you can push off with your thumb right here, like a little thumb ramp. So this has been surprising that I actually started recently carrying a neck knife. I also accompany that with either a large folder. I just did a video on this one recently. That's the Cold Steel Voyager XL. Or a fixed blade for the belt. This is a Helle knife. It's like a small bushcraft knife with birch handles. Again,
That's
it's
really
quite lightweight. I've got this set up so it just kind of dangles from a carabiner.
It's a really odd shape, but really attractive.
Yeah,
I love the blade on that.
Yeah, it's definitely unique, different looking. And I always tend to leave the little house or cabin here with a multi-tool. So if I think I'm actually going to use it, I'm going with the Victorinox here, which is, which one is this? This is the Spirit X, Victorinox Spirit X. And if I think I'm maybe not going to be using the tool, I just need something to stick in the pocket when you're leaving the house. This is the Victorinox Deluxe Tinker. So pretty good tool selection there. It's got the little mini pliers with the scissors. So again, it's pretty interesting just to see my carry evolve from the smaller traditional knives to the larger fixed blades when I got out here. I've been really enjoying carrying those, and the traditional knives, the smaller knives, that's still something that's going to be in my rotation and something that I'm going to continue to collect. But from a user perspective, I found that I've been going towards the bigger knives, folders, and fixed blades.
That's very cool. And of course, it reflects on, like you said, where you are being in the country versus being in the city.
It's more like kind of woodsy kind of tasks rather than opening up packages of more knives and stuff like that. So it's been nice to get through my fixed blade collection and put some of those to use.
Yeah, I envy you that. Yeah.
So we have lots of support for all of that, for the Swiss Army knives, the multi-tools, and the neck knives.
Yeah.
Everybody's loving it. And Tom, that's right. The neck knives are right in your wheelhouse, aren't they?
Oh yeah, they're very.
Did you have
very
something you
useful.
wanted to show?
Do I have a neck knife to show?
Yeah.
Not handy. Can
Okay.
I come back to that? I'll show that in a minute. But
Yeah.
Tom, before you leave there, can I ask if it's something that's like, I guess, socially acceptable where you are? Can you walk around town with a knife on your neck?
yeah, as a matter of fact, a lot of times especially in the winter, I wear hoodies.
Yep.
Or I wear suspenders on my pants. So I always have a shirt covering my suspenders,
Gotcha.
so I can wear the neck knife underneath my shirt.
Okay.
And in our state, as long as the blade is less than 5 inches long, it's not considered to be a dangerous weapon. So therefore, you can carry them quote unquote concealed, and it's not a problem.
Right on.
But every state varies. So, but while I have a chance here, and before I forget, this is from Stephen. Patty, I can't tell you how much these gifts mean to me. This is the buck. This is the 278 folding Alpha Hunter. It's the model with the gut hook on it. Patty was so kind to send me this. I did not have this in my buck collection. And he also sent another special knife here. I mentioned on one of the lives how my grandson just loves Legos. And Patty had this Victorinox with the special covers made here with the Lego imprint on it. And I've been sick, so haven't been able to have the grandson over. But Patty, I know he's going to go over the moon when he sees this knife.
Okay.
So thank you so much.
Tom, I want to make this perfectly clear to everybody. I sent my knife to Tom as it was sitting in my collection, and I haven't used it for years since I was bushcrafting. But because he normally likes to do a cleanup and do, how he cleans them up, and I thought it would be a nice project because I love watching him doing that sort of thing. It reminds me of why my wife is not perfect. She won't clean my knives for me.
Mine won't either, Patty. Mine won't either. But no, it was very kind and thoughtful of you to do this. That really means a lot. And I'll move along to someone else there, and I'll grab a couple neck knives in the meantime.
Okay. Well, who wants to go next? Would you like to go, Matt, or you, Patty, or maybe you, John?
Go ahead, let Matt go there.
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Matt.
Yeah. So this is the first knife I was ever given. I got it for my 21st. It's Victorinox Climber. Somehow it stayed in my collection, even though it's been beaten to hell. But no, it served me well. I know everyone loves the Victorinox. Great set of blades on it. So I've had this for about 10 years. And you can tell the blade is had a good go into. It's all worn down at the bottom. But after that, pretty much this opened the knife world for me. I had this for a while, carried it every day. And then I saw Stephen's channel during lockdown, and he showed the Real Steel Luna. I think it was in 2020. So then this happened. So basically everything that's happened from here on is Stephen's fault. So I ended up getting the Luna, And then I was like, oh, I really like this knife. And then there was another Luna. This one's it's called like Damascus D10. You can see that very well.
Oh yeah, yeah. That
It's
looks
like the
nice.
pattern in the handle. And yeah, so it just went berserk from this sort of point. The Luna's got me really into it. Started with Victorinox, but for me, they're the ones that start out really for me. I don't know if you guys have come across the Luna RJ Thrifty or that. Have you seen this one before? Have you come across these?
I have seen it, but I have not handled one. No.
Yeah, I don't have one of those.
It's great for the UK because obviously, you know, it's under the sort of restrictions. You can open it with two hands. You can get a detachable little thumb stud you can put on them
Uh-huh.
to make it sort of one hand open. But the spring, I would say, isn't the strongest. You can close it pretty easily, but you get a decent sort of D2 blade on it, which will last quite a while. I mean, I've had this one for about 4 or 5 years now, I think, and I've sharpened it maybe twice and just stop it every so often. It's a fantastic little blade. So for me, the modern is where it started out, and then after that, I went down the traditional rabbit hole, and loads of different stuff happened then. So I've got Stephen got me into GEC as well. That was his fault. Got this one here. I think this is the number. I've got my good enough glasses on. 94. 94 pattern with a little clip on it.
It's beautiful.
Red
That's
garnet
so
jig bone.
Yeah.
Beautiful jig bone.
Yeah, I love the jig bone on these. So obviously it's had a lot of use. You can see the blade's got quite a lot of patina on it. And I tend to just sort of leave it on there. I don't really polish it off. I'll
Yeah,
just
it's
sort
a
of
very nice natural patina.
Yeah, just sort of strop the blade and come in like that. And then this one's quite not so much recent, but it's definitely one inspired by Tom.
Nice.
Oh,
Uh,
nice.
Oh,
Nice.
Canoe.
Mm.
This is one of the Chinese made ones. I think it's got the 420J2 steel, is it, or something like that, Tom? I can't remember.
Yep, 420 J2.
Yeah, but this is for the price of the Chinese ones, they're fantastic for from buck. Like the blade steel lasts for ages on it.
Right.
They're one of my sort of favorite sort of ones. You want to give someone else a turn now, and I'll come back to me in a bit. So I'm kind of flying through it here.
You ready, Tom?
I am, unless you want to go first.
Whichever, I don't care.
Go ahead, Thrifty.
Okay.
Okay. Let me just change cameras real quick.
Oh, how clever. I could never do that.
I missed the show off.
Well, somebody's tech savvy, and then there's us.
Well, this isn't the exact knife, but this is kind of how I started out. I had a Girl Scout knife. Funny enough, was my first knife, and it's just a pretty standard little camp knife or whatever have you. And this would be a good indication of what it was like. This is a little Boker Magnum, and it's a little more gentlemanly than the Girl Scout knife I was carrying. So I guess for the first years of carrying, this would have been pretty similar. I was also in the Cub Scouts, and of course you have to get merit badges and things. And so I know I used that Girl Scout knife for that as well. But there's many years where I didn't carry a knife. But when I did, I don't really have an example of that really either. But I would say it was a smaller lockback. This is the cowfish, the brother cowfish. And it was pretty much one of those knives that I carried whenever I knew I'd be going to the woods, and did a lot of notching and stuff to make tree forts and regular ground forts and all kinds of things you do in the woods when you lived in South Carolina, as kids would do. And we lived in a pretty rural area, it was within a city, but it was in the more rural area of the city. And so my backyards was the woods and my front yards was the woods. And so I spent a lot of time perfecting lean-tos and all sorts of little forts in the woods. So that was just a fun time to be a kid. But then when I got back into knives and I started carrying more, started appreciating the slips. So I went with a lot of knives and slips, and this is probably one of my most carried knives. This is the Old Timer Bruin Heritage Series with the D2 blades, and this was much like a smaller version of a lockback that I carried as a kid, but now as an adult, a little bigger one. And I know Patty appreciates this knife. He bought one of these recently.
Oh, yes.
And I use that leather slip quite a bit. It's broken in pretty nicely. And recently been carrying this as well. This was a slip made by J.O. Ventures. And I really didn't carry this much. I wanted to, but I didn't really like the feel of it until I got the slip in the pocket. It's a little heavy. It's a chunky knife. It's probably about 6 ounces or so, 5.5 maybe.
Yeah,
And
it's
fish
a
is
heavy
just great because it can pretty much just do anything. You got the very versatile blade there that it's large enough to do kitchen work or pretty much just any task with that nice big spear point blade. But it's also very rugged, so if you want to do something outside, you can kind of use it for double duty. So I really like having that slip with that. That's made it a lot more enjoyable to carry for me. But also carry this one quite a bit. This is the Roper Sow Belly in black, and this is my pretty much go-to 3-bladed knife. Of course, everybody watches my channel knows I love sow bellies, and these have the nice carbon blades on them. And I use this medium slip with about 3 different knives that I carry. I rotate the slip with the knife. And then also for wintertime carry, I usually have this along with the Ganzo. This is my most carried modern knife. And then I'll carry, something in the slip, and then this in the 5th pocket of my jeans. When it's warm here, jeans are not very fun to wear. As you know, if you live in Texas, it's pretty hot, and it's not uncommon to hit 90 degrees even in the fall. So Fahrenheit, that is. So yeah, I don't always carry the smaller knives, but if I'm wearing jeans, I do. And like a day like today, yeah, this would be probably pretty similar to what I'd carry today. And of course, the Ganzo, this is just my beater. I mean, I have other modern knives, but I don't really beat them up like I do this one. And this is my low maintenance knife. I don't clean it much or oil it much or take care of it really. It's just one that I like to be able to beat on and do whatever I want without having to take care of it that much. So that'll be one I just probably throw out when I'm done using it and buy another.
You're going with the Tom philosophy on that one?
Yeah, on that particular one, yes, indeed. But there you have it. That's kind of the evolution.
Well, very good. Very cool.
Go ahead,
right.
Tom. You finish off, and then I'll do mine, sure, and then RJ's.
Okay, I'll just go real quick here. Show a couple neck knives. This is the first one I think I bought. This is the Drumfire. It's a Crawford design made by CRKT. And again, the purposes of my neck knives were, let's just say, for the zombie apocalypse. I never used them. I kept them sharp, and I just pretty much carried them, like I said, under my clothing for a backup in case I needed it. But this was a very interesting knife. Extremely pointy sharp there. Good for piercing. Lightweight and thin. So that was my first one.
Nice.
Got another one here that a lot of people are familiar with. This is the Cold Steel Mini Tack.
Yep.
And another excellent knife. Now, this one is a little bit heavier. You do know that you're wearing this one, but it is a good stout knife. And since Cold Steel has been bought out by the other corporation, I have noticed that their products are starting to show up in sporting goods stores and that on the shelves. So you should be able to buy these somewhere local in the store. And then I've got a couple of the other CRKTs that folks are probably familiar with. This is the Spew. Nice Warncliffe blade. And then one of the Minimalists right there. So
Nice. I've got that one. That's a good one.
yep, they're all pretty good. So yeah, I really kind of got into neck knives there for a little while.
Nice.
And both of those CRKTs, those are both Foltz designs.
Yes, they're Foltz designs. Yes.
Yeah, I like those.
Yeah, they come in different blade shapes. I think there's a Tanto version. They've got some like blue scales and green scales to them, or green handles, blue handles. So they come in a whole wide variety.
The newer ones too, Tom, have had a blade upgrade from 5 CR. They're now in 8 CR 13.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
Which would
that.
be, nice if you're going to actually use it.
Yeah.
On the Spew, I know SMKW had an exclusive version that was in D2 also. So that's if you need an upgrade further than that, if you want D2 or 8CR, whatever one you like. Okay, so did you want to go, Stephen?
Yeah, or you? Do you want to do it, and then you can take charge again? I'm ready if you want me to go.
Well, yeah, I'll let you go. I'll be a proper host and let the guests go first.
Yeah, unlike you American fellas over here, knife collecting was never a thing that was on my radar for most of my life. I always had knives because, much like RJ, I lived next to a small forest. It was at the end of a golf course, and we used to go in and make tree forts, play cowboys and Indians. Yes, I'm that old, and it was I enjoyed that part of my childhood, which was freedom to go and do things that you didn't have to get daddy to do for you. You learned how to do it yourself. So a knife was always there. They were sharpened on the edge of a pavement or anything. There was nothing. It was just something to have on you that every young boy wanted when I was young. So I mean, most of my knife have always carried a pocket knife of some sort. They were usually cheap, disposable. When they were done, like Tom, you throw it away, go get another one. But it wasn't until I was I would have been in my 40s, maybe even 50s, just the early 50s. I started doing bushcraft, and I used to take the hammock out and go and find myself a bit of forest, sling it up for the night, and teach myself little bushcraft tricks. And I've done that for quite a few years and thoroughly enjoyed it. And then I started to use things like a Mora. I didn't spend big money on knives because it was a very practically minded thing for me. It was you've no need to do it. Just spend what you need to exist in the woods. That was the thought process for me. So I had Moras, and this is one of my original old Opinels. This is just a number 6. And I used this one. This one's well battered. I used this one for all my food prep or just cutting bits of string or whatever. So, I mean, that was for years, that was me quite happy doing that. Then I started fishing, fly fishing. And that's where the knife that Tom came from. Me and my wife were out looking for a knife for fly fishing, and I seen this gut hook, and I thought, because I didn't know any difference, that would be great for fly fishing. If you ever try to get that gut hook up a little 1 pound trout, you just rip it to shreds. So, I mean, it was used in bushcrafting more than it was in fishing. So it really, and then it stopped being of use to me once I found the more modern knives. But the knives that I started with, and I'm just going to put a few up to show you. The knives that I started with was Ganzos, Rough Riders, San Remo. That San Remo were really big at the time, and they made the best smaller blades around. They were only an 8CR 13, but they were just like razor blades. They really were super. So that's a sort of knife. And then I went up to the bigger Ganzos because I didn't even know I could buy these in our country until I came around to YouTube. So, I mean, I still have my original old Ganzo, which was the copy of the PM2. Well, the PM2 doesn't have an axis lock, so it wasn't an exact copy, but I used this for ages, and I loved them. And then time goes on, and sort of now I may as well jump from there to now because I like so many different kinds of knives. I'm not set on small patterns or whatever. I just love all sorts of knives. And today I'm very much going back to my roots with the small. This is an old timer. This is a USA made, which I now collect. I got the Bruin that RJ was showing. I think this is the best quality you're going to get for a little pocket knife you want with a lock back. Super little blade on it in D2. I couldn't recommend them enough. But I got into more expensive knives. Well, I suppose I got into Ashley Harrison custom knives, but Ashley's Customs, this is no one tool steel and it's whiskey barrel wood. And I got this for 50 quid because he was just doing it to check out a pattern. So he put a couple of these up for sale and I was lucky to get one of them. And this is it. And I love it. Absolutely easy open. Lovely spear point blade. Use it all the time. I just love the simplicity of it. I think that's why I like traditionals. They're so simple. There's no great moving parts or flickability, or you just use two hands, you open it and you close it and that's it. And I like that. And I think that probably is an age thing. But then I went on to GECs and I spent so much time trying to collect GECs. This is just one of their newer ones, the Bunny knife, which is a two-bladed jackknife, which is just such a useful tool or a utensil, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And I got more into more expensive knives as I've got as I've stopped working and I've got a wee bit of extra cash that I didn't have before. I can now save up and buy knives, or again bringing up a YouTube channel. I used to get knives sent to me from China every week, and so I sold them off in bundles and was able to buy more expensive knives, which I now like. I mean, I used to be embarrassed about showing expensive knives like GEC because everybody is, they're too hard to get, I'm not collecting them. I put hours and hours and hours of work into getting somewhere that I could get them on a regular basis. So, I mean, they're there if you look for them. And it's like anything. If it's not your passion, you're not going to look too hard. So I got over that thought process. But I still like locking knives. And this one I just got recently. And I can't believe how good this knife is. Watch this drop. Look at that. This is the Kaiser T1. In 154 cm, it's about, I think it was, what was this? Maybe 70 quid? Somewhere between 55 and 70. It's micarta. Excellent micarta. This is the micarta that actually has sort of a rougher texture. And for a working knife, which this would be for me, listen to that thwack. I love that. But a super knife, nice little small clip, really well finished. So I love collecting that sort of knife now as well. And again, Victorinox, I get into these through my mate Justin, and he actually made this one for me. It's got everything I want in this. It's got two blades. It's got a magnifying glass because I'm going blind, and if I forget my glasses, I'm stuck in a shop. And it also has a Phillips. Oh, I've frozen. Have I frozen?
It happens to the best of us. There you go.
It also has a Phillips head, which is in line, which is absolutely amazing. So he made this for me, and I use this regular. I changed the scales to this beautiful sort of honey micarta, which is lovely, nice and smooth. And eventually, everybody knows it. I'm getting more fit. The Jack Wolf knives, I'm fortunate to get these to test. These are just unbelievable. This is a quality beyond anything I've ever had. I just find these stunningly beautiful. And at first, again, I felt because I was getting them, because everybody says, oh, it's all right for you, you know. But I do buy knives at this price, other knives. So, you know, yes, I get this one for free. I can't help it. I'm enjoying every single one of them. And that will be about it. Sort of the bigger knives, I got a fancy one. This is my Cherbakov small stritch, which is just, I keep saying it's the poor man, and then it's the other Russian knife that's really expensive. It's about 600, 700 pounds starting. And this is like a sort of, it's a custom knife, but it is in that vein, that Russian vein, beautifully thin behind the edges and lovely tumbled blades on it. Beautiful knife. So there you go, wide variety, and that's what I love. That's what keeps me interested. And I go through the ups and downs on each type. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Well, I hear you. I'm kind of the same way. I think for me, I kind of thought of, where did I start and how did I end up to where I'm at? And it's kind of a circular, trip really, because I started off, my first knife was a Cub Scout knife. I don't have that one anymore. But then afterwards, when I got older, I started carrying around an old timer. This is the 34 OT. And not this exact knife. This is one that I got off of eBay, but it's an American made one. It's got a patina on the blades. This was a forced patina, but just a regular pocket knife like this. And I carried that, really for, I would say the whole time, like say when I was in high school and stuff like that. Of course, I bought some knives for, hunting and stuff like that as a teenager too. And this is not my first 112, but this is the anniversary model. But Buck 112 was really my first locking folder. And that was the first locking knife that I had. I had that. And then, of course, the other one that Gary has, and, everybody loves to see the Kershaw 1050.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, this was another knife. And, I bought this back in the early 80s. Oh, thank you, Knife Delights. Thank you very much, Tom, for the super chat. That is awesome. But yeah, that was that. And then really when I went in the service, I kind of switched. So I had a little Swiss Army Classic. That's when I first got this one. This is one that my dad gave me way back in the day. And because this was his main pocket knife that he carried. He used to carry Classic SD. And so, he got me one, and then I carried this like every single day. But then later on, when I'd go to the field, I got one of these Buck lights. This is the 426, and this is a 110 size. So if we went out in the field and we were going to be out there for, a couple weeks or a month or whatever it was, I would throw this into my, backpack and I'd have that to go. I guess it's a rucksack. I'm sorry. The backpack is a civilian thing. But then when I got out of the service, really, it was kind of like, the small lockbacks like this Schrade, and I would carry these because they were, lightweight, small knives, stuff of this nature. That was what got me through, just about everything. And I would change from time to time. I remember, when these came out, this is the first variation of the Cold Steel Voyagers, the one with the integrated pocket clip, and I got this, and we carried this for a while, and there was other knives. I got a Spyderco. I don't have the exact one, but I did get a Delica and carried this for many, many miles. I've cleaned it up a little bit, but this was a constant companion. And those are the kind of knives that I had. And then all of a sudden, when the pandemic hit and stuff, I was cleaning up some stuff, and I found this little knife that I had bought. This is a little Camillus made Remington knife, just a little single blade. And I started carrying it again, and it, has a half stop. And I thought, this is just a really cool knife. And it took me back to my earlier days in my mind. And then, so what do? I find YouTube. I start looking at traditional knives and stuff. I discover Rough Rider, and I get my first two Rough Riders, which of course is a Copperhead and a Canoe. So from there, I went down the rabbit hole. First case knife was a Case Trapper. This is in the amber jig bone, but then I've gone ahead and I'm still carrying it. This thing has been my constant companion for the last month or so since I got it. This is that one that Doom Crew Outdoors had a deal on eBay that he discovered, and they had these carbon steel trappers, and 3 or 4 of us creators all jumped on that. In between, I did mess with the assisted opening flipper knives. This is a Kershaw. This is the Oso Suite, and I've had this for a while. This is a really great knife, and this is, probably more my carry in, like, say, the 2010 era was when I start getting into knives like that. And I still like knives like that. And then, nowadays for modern knives, I'll get like this Petrified Fish Victor. I still love this knife. It's got that perfect action, just like we like, just it follows itself right around the pivot. You don't even have to shake it or anything. Another nice modern one that I love is these Honey Badger knives. These are fantastic knives. And again, a really nice action to them. You can open them a couple of different ways. They're just so much fun to just fidget with, and that's something that I didn't do before, was fidgeting with knives, but now I find myself wanting to make sure I have something to fidget with. It's a thing. And I never was really a fidgeter before, so I guess I am now. But it keeps your hands busy, that's for sure. And Sean's got something. Let's see what he's got going on.
This is just to ask a question, actually. I had a question for Matt. Matt, the Luna, how does that open? Is there a nail nick for that one?
It's like a long pull on it. So it's more of a fuller, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know if you're going to bring me up, RJ, just so I can show it.
Yep. Hold on just a second. I was catching up with the chat here. Yes, Zen, I do carry my trapper in a sheath, and I'll pull that off my belt here while Matt shows what he's going to show here.
Yeah, so I don't know if you can see the long full along the top here. It's
nice.
Very simple to pull open.
And
but you can get these. Stud? Yeah, you can add these. They're available on the Real Steel website. It makes it just easier just to like one hand open, then you haven't got to worry about pinching it open if you need it just one-handed.
Yeah, nice.
Nice and slender as well, so it fits in the pocket and no one will know you're carrying it.
Thank you.
Nice little deep carry clip as well. Always.
Yep. Very nice. Okay.
And he has some fancy ones with the Luna that we'll get him to show you later on. They are absolutely stunning.
Oh, nice.
Remind me later on. I'll get the fancy ones up.
Oh, there's many editions of the Luna, I guess.
No, I've got so many.
Yeah.
Here you go, Zen. This is the Moormaker trapper sheath. When I got that Moormaker trapper, I got this sheath, but I carry my case in it. The Moormaker, I kind of treat as a safe queen, but I really like this all leather construction.
Beautiful teeth.
Yeah, it just fits like that, and it just is awesome. I love it. I don't think the camera will pick it up. I have showed this on videos before, but it has the maker mark right here where it says Moormaker, Texas. So it's really a cool thing, and Moormaker has really great knives too. So definitely check that out.
It's something I've never seen over here at this side of the pond. I used to watch another boy. I think he was ex-RAF or something. He'd been in for 20 odd years and retired, and he used to show Moormaker knives. He used to sell them as well, but they're the sort of knife, if you had to pay the postage from there to the UK,
right,
you couldn't really keep up. But I've never seen Moormaker here.
No, I haven't seen him anywhere either. I did have a look, but I couldn't find him anywhere.
I'll see if I can. While Tom is showing this, I'll go grab that. Tom, you're muted, by the way, so you might want to fix that.
Don't tell him.
Okay,
he can't see through his hands anyway.
That's true. That is true. That's what Jeroen says. Okay, I'll go grab my Moormaker and we'll see what Tom's got here. Go ahead.
Alrighty. Well, if we're kind of starting off with what we started out carrying, I can't say this was my first knife, but it's got to be among my first. This is a Utica Boy Scout knife. I probably purchased this in roughly 72 or 73. So here's a original knife from my childhood there. You can see the carbon steel blade's got a pretty nice patina to it.
Nice.
So that's definitely one of my first knives. I know my first fixed blade was this Edge brand. Of course, they were imported out of Germany. Nice stag handle to it here. Great big old long fuller to it. Kind of the hunter's blade or the Skinner blade here. And I really thought I was Daniel Boone or Davy Crockett when I got this. So, it's a model 461.
Hey,
That
Tom,
was-
have you ever used the clasp on the Scout knife you showed before?
Oh, you mean the bail on it? You mean, or the
Yeah,
clevis?
like is that for hooking up to a chain, or what do you do?
Well, in the old Boy Scout uniform, you had a little, what do you call it?
A white
Little something
lanyard.
that slipped onto your belt, and this would hook down onto your belt, so you could actually carry it on your belt.
Okay.
But there's these style of camp knives usually had a clevis, and there's also like tool bags and things like that that will have a little place where you can hook something into it.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So that's what it was designed for.
Okay. Nice.
Or you could, if you were out camping or something and you're next to a small sapling or something like that, you could, hang it on one of the branches and have
Get
it
it off the
hanging up
ground.
out of the way.
Right.
So, and then probably more as an adult, and I've shown this knife before. This is the Victorinox Economy Recruit. I pretty much had this in my pocket through the 90s. I got this in Hong Kong in roughly 88 or 89, somewhere in there. As you can see, I carried it so much that wore the logo off of it. So this knife got a lot of use out of it. Along in the same time period, I was in the Navy, and a friend of mine gave me this what we call a bosun's knife or mariner's knife. So, yeah. Well, I carried this knife. Go ahead.
That was my main carry, except I had the proper Navy one with the metal scales. And I carried that from about 13 to 15, 16. That was my main knife.
Sure. Of course, it had the nice ram's foot blade on there for cutting line.
Nice.
Nice heavy duty blade. Nice and thick on the end.
Sorry, who makes that one?
This one was made by Camillus.
Yep. Nice.
Although there's a lot of knife makers.
Mm-hmm.
So again, they're called a mariner's knife, sailor's knife, marlin spike knife. Go by a lot of different names. And then we can jump forward to just last week. I purchased this one, the Buck Sprint Ops. My first modern buck knife, I guess you would say, that I've purchased. So I haven't had a chance to carry it yet, but I'm going to start carrying this and see if I can make this leap into modern knives.
What's the
Do you
steel
collect
on that
that
one?
then?
I'm sorry, what was that?
The steel on that buck?
This one is S30V.
Oh, wow.
This is the Pro version. They also have the Select version, which comes in the 420 HC.
Yep.
So
Lovely blade shape on that.
it is. I'm really liking this knife very much.
You would like the 940, I think.
Yeah, Tom is going to secretly become a modern knife aficionado.
Well, like I told you, RJ, I feel dirty holding this. I think I should be hiding in the closet with a flashlight when I look at it.
Yeah, don't let your slip joints see you handle that one.
I won't.
RJ will be in there with his Girl Guide knife.
No, that's TK. TK had the
Oh,
Girl
yeah,
Scout
sorry.
gun. Yeah. Don't throw
You
me.
all look the same.
It's all the same. Well, here I went ahead and got the More Maker, so you guys will like this. So when I first started the channel, I thought it'd be fun to have a knife to commemorate having the channel. And More Maker, I had recently discovered them myself, and so I went to their website, and they will put engraving on knives for, I think it's like an extra, $9 or $10 or something like that. So I said, I'm going to go ahead and do it. And I used to live in Texas, and I was stationed in Texas, and so they have a Texas Trapper. So I went ahead and got that, and so I got this engraved.
Oh, yes.
So
Nice.
it's got the Lone Star on one side, and of course I got a yellow one because the yellow rose of Texas, and then it's got the outline of the shield of the state of Texas.
That's sweet.
And
Beautiful.
Got the bolsters are stamped, so it says More and then Maker down here, and then the blades are mirror polished 1095.
Whoa.
And they're just
Beautiful.
gorgeous.
That's a
Look at that.
gorgeous knife.
Yeah. This is an awesome knife. But I love it so much it's kind of become like kind of a safe queen because you don't want to get it messed up. I've carried it, a couple of times. But at the same time, when I got this, I saw that they had those sheaths, and with this leather sheath, it's kind of styled like the old Colt single action holsters, with the little strap around here and the folded over leather and stuff. It's like the early pistol holsters. And so I thought, what better thing to have a cowboy knife in a holster that looks like it's from a cowboy's gun. So
I love the rivet. The rivet's a nice touch.
Oh yeah, the rivet is definitely a nice touch, and it's just a really fantastic package altogether, and I love it. So it's just something that it spoke to me. So it was one of those things, and I do have a video on it. And I think I look at some other trappers in that video as well, but certainly one that I just thought would be a fun thing to commemorate having a YouTube channel, because everybody knows we'll have this for a while. It won't last forever, and but certainly something that you can look back fondly on. All right, so what do we got next? Now that we've gone through all our knives. And welcome to everybody that forgot to set their clocks forward, and you're entering this an hour into it. Here we are. I'm only missing the Stetson. That's right, Jero, and I have to get a Stetson. I don't have one, but let's see. Steven's got a knife. Let's see what you got, Steven.
It's sort of the follow on where you got a couple of YouTube. I've had a couple of these now, but I'll just show one. This was made for me by one of my subscribers down in Dublin.
Oh,
and
nice.
Can you see all the little shamrocks?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Isn't that just fantastic? And then he's put my initials. He's put my initials here, Stephen Anderson.
Nice.
And I don't know whether he's put. I'm looking at. No, there's nothing. But he's done it on the other side as well. Isn't that just fantastic?
That really is cool.
The time he must have spent doing that.
Yeah, that is really cool.
I was really, and that beautiful lanyard. And I'm frightened to take. I would have to cut it to take it off, so it's going to have to stay there. But these are the sort of things that, as you say, you want to put them away. You don't want to use them.
Right. And that's the other thing that changed, I think, over time for me personally with, EDC was moving from knives like, this little Schrade that I would just take to work. Let me bring that up so everybody can see it and enjoy that. Let me put down my water real quick. But, I used to think about things like this, just having something practical for work, something to open boxes, open mail, unwrap different things, whatever your cutting tasks of the day were, really to going to collectible knives, like this 50th anniversary 112. I was never really into commemorative knives or anything like that. Everything I had was basically a user, or even the Moore Maker, because you just sit there and you say, what am I going to do with a knife that just sits, in a drawer or in the safe or whatever all day, versus one that I'm going to carry in my pocket all the time. So it's something that changing from that just an everyday user to becoming a collector. I think
It's surprising how the safe queens can really provide a lot of enjoyment. You're not using
Yeah.
them, but you get one or two or three or four, and then your collection starts to become like your own little knife shop, really.
Yeah.
You can go there
Exactly.
when you want. You can pull one out, polish it up, put it back. It
Yeah.
scratches a different type of itch, I think.
I think I might be the only one without any safe queens at all. I'd use and bat for all of mine. Doesn't matter what it is.
Yes, Mimo, everything is fifth pocket size. Okay, Tom, you're up. What do you got there?
Just real quick, Mimo wanted to see the Buck colleague. So
Oh, yeah.
this is what he was referring to as far as fifth pocket size. So this one was a gift from my brother. He got it engraved with knife lights on it. It also has my full name on it, and I covered that up. But this is the Buck colleague. So just a quick peek there.
Yeah, Gary, that's what he said. He just got the stickers, but they had a postal strike over the holidays, right, Patty?
Yeah, from December right through. Well, Tom's just received his.
Yes.
I was only able to send it about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, the postal strike went on for ages. It was all over Christmas, all over
Yeah.
New Year. They just
And
didn't
it was
do
only the American post. It was the parcels rather than, mostly just parcels. Because somebody had hacked into the computers. So people would be able to get the addresses off you when you ordered something. And they put something like was it £16 or £16 million? They wanted the GPO to put up £16 million and they would put them back on. But obviously that never happened.
No chance.
All right, CB, he's got to run. Have a good one, my friend.
Sure, CB.
Definitely see you here again on one of these. We'll have to have you come back on. And then Jeroen is guessing at your full name, Tom. And I don't know if you saw that or not. Your full name is Tom got muted again.
Yep, that's it.
Also, Tommy the Mute is another name of yours. And
See there, Sean, Matt, run while you still can.
Why did I come here?
Yeah. If you hang around with us, it gets worse. Oh boy, I'll tell you.
I don't know why I come back week after week after this. I tell you.
Love the abuse.
Oh
Yeah,
now
love the abuse.
you're saying that he's related to Matt, huh, Gary? Gary said your name is Tom Sawyer.
You call that Stockholm syndrome? Is that what you call it?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It does happen. That's for sure. Yeah. Hey, Casey, I'm glad that you're here listening and driving. I'm actually very honored that you listen to our little live stream and that you enjoy it and find something good from it. So
I'm less honored. I just think you should have been here earlier.
Oh,
He was.
He's still out driving and doing chores.
He's been out. He's been listening.
In to hear us with our banter. Okay, so Sean's holding up a knife. Let's see what you got there.
Well, we were talking about safe queens, and I've got one that I'm trying to break out of the safe.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Should I do it?
Beautiful.
This is a bark.
100%.
Bark River that I got recently. Looking to take this out into the woods. It's my first Bark River.
That is beautiful.
It's white G10 actually. It's my first white knife, and then you can see the mosaic pins.
Oh wow!
I love those pins.
Yeah, I saw that. I noticed that. That's just a gorgeous knife.
That is
The
At
a
first
fuller
glance,
is
I thought it was
beautiful.
bone.
comes with a nice sheath.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Comes with
Partner
like leather
for-
straps. You can kind of orient it different ways on a pack or a belt. Pretty
Yeah.
nice.
Jeroen says,
Yeah.
"Don't do it, Sean. Leave it as a safe queen.
Okay,
Keep it pristine as long as you can."
done.
No, go chop some trees down with it.
That's good advice.
Yeah, yeah. You don't have to use it to baton wood or anything like that.
Sean,
I figured that living in the country like you did that you'd have an axe or a hatchet would be a constant companion as well up there.
Yeah, yeah.
Sean,
I'm
just
using- what I
to
use
fill
in the
you in
winter
on-
is it's a Fiskars 28-inch splitting axe. It's
Yeah.
not really super exciting to show on the channel per se, but it's the one that I use. I've been recently getting into the Hultafors, like the Swedish made axes.
Yes. Yeah.
Like,
I like those.
like a hunting axe and a hatchet. But my go-to for like actually using it and cutting wood for the fire, that's a Fiskars.
You have to use that knife and let us watch you using it.
Oh boy, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with Paddy on that. Get it
No.
out, crack it out.
no, Sean,
It's
Sean,
beautiful.
you have to
split the
follow the
panel.
knife delights philosophy. If it's a safe queen, you never have to sharpen it.
There we go.
Yeah, true.
There you go. It's already sharpened. Just leave it like it is.
Just
Leave it.
leave it alone.
As soon
Leave
as,
it
I got some
alone.
in it.
as soon as you cut with it, then it's done.
Well, that's
All right.
nice.
Here we
Whoa.
go, Matt. What you got there?
So this is, I recently got into case knives, and this is a copperhead. But it's like it's called the Patriot Kieranite scales, I think they are.
Yeah.
And they're
that's-
sort of I'm trying to fit the
That
camera
is
scale right.
gorgeous. So I've looked at them, but I've never bought one yet. But I think I'm going to have
Yeah.
to. That's beautiful.
But it's in the true sharp stainless steel they do.
Hey Matt, does the Kieranite scratch up a little bit, or is it pretty easy to keep nice?
Not really any scratches on it. It's sort of like it's almost like acrylic, the Kieranite. There's no like deep scratches on it. There's obviously the surface sort of scratches because I just chuck it
You
in my
just drop
pocket.
it in the pocket then?
Yeah. But no, it does hold up pretty well. And I mean, I watched a lot of videos on them, and people were going on about the fit and finish of the case knives, but this is the one I got, and look at the back of it.
That's
There's
looking
nothing,
Yeah.
nothing on that at all.
I love the case copperheads. That
Yeah. Well,
Well,
this
I
is my
started-
first case copperhead. This is the first one I got.
good. That's sweet.
It's still
Yeah.
my only one, and I've just been going through case, getting sort of different patterns.
yes.
Mhm.
Is that the same size as the Trapper?
No.
No, it's a little bit
actually
smaller.
A little smaller.
Kind of
Nice.
between the canoe and the trapper, I guess.
It's
Yeah, and then I got
between like you have the Trapper and the mini Trapper. It's in between
Between it?
the mini.
Well,
Trapper.
that's perfect. That's the sort I would like. That's the size I like.
yeah.
Yeah.
So this is in the CV steel. It's got the red and black carbon fiber. I only get it. There we go. You can see it properly there.
Yeah, that's
This is like the medium sort of slim Stockman.
Nice.
This one's good as well. And I always found like I never really been a massive fan of the CV steels. I find the True Sharp lasts a bit longer for me. I don't know whether I just got a bit of a bunk CV on this one, but it goes dull quite quickly. But for me, like the Stockman pattern and all that, the multi-bladed knives that's RJ's fault for getting me into those. I was always for single-bladed knives, and then he got me into the multi-bladed ones. So thanks for that, RJ. I'm bankrupt.
We're going to have to get you into a 12-step program. You're blaming everybody
I know.
else but yourself.
I know.
I'm
I'll
always
fully
the other blame on
admit,
the family.
Tell him, Patty.
certain stuff is fully my fault. Like fidgety stuff like this. This is like this is just a single D10. This is the Kaiser mini sheepdog. This is all me because I went through the phase of getting one of the most fidgety thing I could find.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think this pretty much is.
Is that a
Pretty
steel
much
handle?
fidgety. No, it's black and white G10.
Oh, cool. Yeah, gotcha.
But so you can see right the way through, it's just a single D10 on it.
Yeah, that's nice.
This one is all me, but the rest of my collection I'm blaming on you guys.
You're welcome. It's just another service we provide.
Yeah, spending my money for me.
Yeah, and blame John if you ever get a sow belly.
Oh, don't. There's so many of them. There's so many of them.
You
Here's
got to
a
get into
question:
these two, Matt.
if you could go back to your childhood, what knife would you have? You know, as a teenager, what knife would you have now that you didn't have then?
Mm.
Oh.
Hmm.
I mean,
Oh, that went down well.
for me, Buck 112.
That's what I was going to say, Matt. Good job.
For me, I think
This
it's
is a
the
brief-
flippers, because I thought
This
like
is
I
the-
would never have anything that would flip open fast, or like a switchblade. That was
Yeah.
all so foreign.
Yeah.
So when the flippers came out, that was pretty incredible.
Yeah.
All right, let's get you in here, John. You held up a knife.
I was just gonna ask Matt. He's got to get into these next.
Oh, don't. I have. I've got them. I've got loads.
You got some A-locks now?
Yeah. I got one here.
Oh, also there was a thing, Sean. I don't know if you saw the comment about the Husqvarna hatchets and axes.
No, didn't.
One of the guys, Don, in the comments said that he believes they're Hultifor's seconds, and
What do you have on there, Matt?
But they,
Oh yeah.
yeah, I think Husqvarna and Hultifors. I think they had some kind of either a collaboration or they do work with each other.
So
So
sorry,
that
the
might
Husqvarnas are a second of Hultifors?
That's what he was saying. So
Oh wow.
so that
Interesting.
may be a slightly less expensive way to get a good quality Swedish axe. That's for sure.
Interesting. Cool.
So yeah, and I see Dwayne Letterman is here and Addicted to Blades. Hey guys, glad you're here. Randy WSG, he's here. You know, so good stuff.
We should
Gary
give
wants to
Randy
know-
we should give Randy a bit of a shout out because he's got a channel and it's growing too. And
yeah,
it's nice to see him. He's making the effort and putting videos out.
yes,
Nice channel. Go and subscribe to Randy. What's the letters?
WSG.
WSG.
Yeah.
WSG.
I subscribed him the
And-
other day. I think I watched a couple of his videos last night.
Yeah.
Good channel.
Yep,
Yeah, John.
both Randy and Addicted to Blades too. If you want to see somebody
Yeah, that's another one. Yeah.
with katanas and swords and a lot of skill, he's fun to watch. So check out Addicted to Blades too also.
And hey, Tom Weingart, I see you're here too. Yeah, Don is saying on Amazon that they have a small hatchet handmade in Sweden. They're seconds, and they have the Husqvarna logo on them. So
Cool.
definitely something to check out for sure. And I have a hatchet video on mine. I won a contest that was on Instagram from Hardcore Hammers. They've got some interesting designs with a hammerhead on one side and a hatchet on the other. And
Nice.
the one I got was actually shot by the guy that was giving it away. They shot the blade and split a 45-70 bullet with it. So that was kind of an interesting thing.
Wow.
So all that's linked in my description box to the video where the guy shoots the axe and all that other stuff. And then I have the axe. I made a video about it, and those are pretty cool. They're I think they're American made, if I remember right. But yeah, they're a lot of
That'll get you some views if we start shooting our knives.
it will. There were some guys that were talking about that, and they were saying that they wanted to come up with a way to do that, but then they were afraid with YouTube changing all their gun videos and the rules for guns and
No monetization.
right. They didn't want to lose monetization or get channel strikes and all that other.
Because they wouldn't only not get the money from YouTube, but they'd also be shooting all their knives. So
Yeah, exactly. You got
Not a
to
great
have a
business
way to
model.
replace them.
It's like
It's
a
hard to
double
find
sucker punch.
sponsor. Yeah, it's hard to find a
was that-
sponsor when you say, "Hey, I want to get some knives so I can shoot them."
There was a show on here last night, and it was a wee 9-year-old girl from America, she's got 36 guns for those handguns and long rifles, and she does YouTube videos in America. She must be making she's about 200,000 subscribers,
Oh wow!
and they travel. They live in a like I would call them motorhome, but they travel around America and they move to places. They're in a place now. It's like a field, and they have a shooting range. and her and her father, that's their hobby.
Yeah.
And I thought it was amazing, but I can just imagine the gasps from everywhere around the UK at a 9-year-old shooting guns.
And in America,
And she was a good shot.
That's just a good weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just any other day.
Yeah, my grandchildren would have me peppered. You're not making a canoe out of me. Poop, poop, poop.
Oh boy. All right. So what's next, guys? What shall we talk about? We got to keep
Anything in the
going.
comments? Any questions in the comments?
Anybody
I
having
don't think
problems in the bedroom they want to talk about?
Don't start.
What was that again, Patty? I didn't
I'm
quite catch
having troubles. I'm having troubles in the bedroom. Is there any help out there?
I don't know. You'll have to talk to your wife about that. If you're having trouble, probably.
That's the bit that's missing. I
Yeah,
knew there was
yeah.
something.
You got to. Communication goes a long way.
Yeah. She doesn't talk to me about knives.
Exactly. That's exactly the only communication I get with my wife about knives is, "You bought another one? What's wrong with you?" Yeah, there you go. Jerome says you just got to ring the bell, Stephen.
Oh, you nearly got tea all over me.
Sorry about that.
I nearly spit all over my
Yeah, it's almost a spit take right there.
God, it's going downhill.
Oh, this show is going off the rails again. Yes, Randy, again. Okay, so next, we got to have something here. Somebody got a question in the audience. We're plumb spit out everything here.
Well, I just dug out my Lunas that Paddy was on about. Do you want to see those?
Yeah,
Yes.
that sounds great.
Yeah.
Oh, Tony's Ponies. Hello from Wales. He has a question. What is the most underrated knife brand? Underrated. So which one is it that you guys think is an underrated one?
After Buck, they're all underrated.
Oh,
God, there we go.
What was
I
that,
think
Tom?
Rough Rider.
You said something
Yeah,
about
I'll go with Rough Rider as well.
Yeah, I think I would tend to agree. Rough Rider makes a lot of great stuff, and a lot of people give them a lot of grief, about where they're made and stuff like that. But they're a really good knife. I think another one that doesn't get talked about as much. Yes, Swamp Yankee says Rosecraft, and I would agree. Rosecraft being new, just this last year, they've put out some really good knives. QSP. After the Penguin, you don't really hear anything about their other models. But USP makes fantastic knives.
Yep.
I must show Sean because I've got their little neck knife and it's amazing.
Oh yeah, I like
QSP,
that one.
QSP neck knife.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
it is amazing.
Roper is making great knives. ABKT. Yep, there you go.
Oh, Pecos, yeah.
Tom's showing it. Let me show Tom real quick. I'll get right back to you, Stephen.
I just had to show you my Roper Pecos. I've had this knife now for several months, and I just love it. I will never give it away or
I was looking for
send it to anybody.
I have a knife just like that, Tom, and I can't find it.
You do?
I've been looking for it and I just don't know where it is. But
Well,
that looks real familiar.
well, it should. It looks like the one you used to have. Yeah.
It does.
You haven't been sick at all. You just didn't want to give the knife back.
There's another Roper. This showed up in the mail one day. Don't know where it came from.
Familiar too.
But like this one, it's a keeper too. I'm going to keep this one too. So yeah. All joking aside, I have been testing out RJ's Pecos here. I would say it's underrated. I understand why he likes it so much. I've been carrying it extensively and doing small chores with it. I really do like it.
Is that a liner lock?
It is.
Hey,
Yes, it is.
Tom,
Liner
Tom?
lock there. Yes.
Jerome asked, is that Pecos the one with the reprofiled tip?
You tell me.
You're gonna make me cry on TV.
Then RJ also sent me this one here too. So little bird and trout knife.
Nice.
That's one of the nicest wee bird and trout knives I've seen. I love the handle.
Yep.
I think it's gorgeous too. That's zebra wood that they use
Yep.
on that. It's just absolutely gorgeous. The grain on that is just, second to none.
I would say Joker and Brother, pretty underrated as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the honey badger knives too. Just an excellent work knife and one that doesn't get a whole lot of press. But here we'll show Steven's got his neck knife.
Quack, 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 quack.
Ah,
Nice.
the late
This
duck.
is the QSP. Comes with this lovely little sheath on it too. It's proper Kydex sheath. But look at that for a blade steel. It's sort of like a Nesmuck. They call it the duck muck or something. Can't remember. The duck muck or something they call it. It's you can actually see the duck's head.
Right.
But it's a beautiful little knife. And it's 3 fingers in the center and 1 at the back, which gives you, if you're going to be poking with it, it really makes it very, very secure.
Looks nice and
Beautiful
clean
knife.
too.
Really clean little blade, full flat grind,
Very
just
nice.
super. And it was, what price was this? It was about £38, I think, delivered.
Okay. Yeah.
Which I think is brilliant. It's in D2. Yeah, D2.
That looks nice.
Really lovely little knife.
What's the handle, Patty?
It's the bit that comes before the sharp bit. Sorry, I couldn't resist it.
Is it the part that you hold?
It's my Carta.
You hold the shiny bit, I think.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's a my Carta, but I just love the look of it. It's just so unusual. Highly recommend it.
Okay.
Oh, and some of the
It
guys were
actually
asking
comes with a wee string.
on the Roper bird and trout knife. It's actually 8CR.
Oh,
is
great.
what
That's
steel it
super
is.
for
It's
them,
not-
wee knives.
It's not 1065, but the Pecos is 1065. So-
Another great steel.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and then Gary was talking about the smaller QSP knife called the Canary, and that is a good one. And the Appalachian Jack from Rosecraft Blades, that is a fantastic knife. Hey, and Richter Knives is here, another new channel that everybody go check out. Richter Knives. He just started up his channel, I think last week, was it, or right around the same time you did, Matt? And,
similar time as me. Yeah, I was watching some of his stuff the other day as well. Got some great content on there.
I gave him a wee shout out in one of my last videos.
Yeah. So let's get him some more subs and welcome him to the chat and everything. He's got a lot of good stuff that he's showing off.
Really
over
has.
there. Yeah, thank you, Mimi.
Hey, RJ,
The link. Yes, sir.
could we see maybe Matt's A-locks? He was showing
Sure.
one earlier.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's take a look at that.
So this is my Alox. It was custom done by Blade Bridge. Stephen knows who that is. Down at Blade Bridge. It's one of the ones he had done. So I got a custom stonewash finish and file work on the back.
Oh, that's nice.
Very nice. That looks like that one got shot, RJ.
It does.
Yeah.
that one was.
But at least it'd be a good knife for Tom then, because you can see through his hands. But it's got a
I like you.
stonewash on it.
So that's if I sent my Alox knife down to Wes at Doom Crew Shotguns, he could.
Yeah,
You
they
can
can
take care of that, yeah.
shotgun it for you, and you can have a similar handle, and then you can
Right.
pass it on to Tom.
Yeah, it would look just like that. So there
Yeah.
you go.
It's a proper Sunday carry.
Yeah, definitely Sunday carry. No one's going to mind a knife in church that's got bullet holes through it, are they?
It's a holy knife.
Yeah. That was awful.
Yeah, I'm a dad, a granddad.
Fair point. I got these Lunas here, so I'll get these up while I'm on here.
Yeah,
So
sure.
I've got,
Before you start, Tom,
Oh.
do you have the Congress knives from Case? Have they showed up yet?
No, they're still on back order.
You're still on back order? Okay. Yeah, as in, I know that Tom has some on order, but yeah, I don't think anybody has a small Congress yet from Case.
I have the 4-bladed with the smooth purple curly maple and the Ictus symbol on it. And then I have the small 2-bladed Congress on order. And it's, I believe, in smooth bone, and it is, what do they call it? Green apple, I think. And
Yeah.
is there
actually,
any sort of like time scale on those, or did they just say back order, you get it when you get it?
we had to pre-order. They're just not out yet. So the dealers have not received them from what I can tell. I did get one of the new knives from 2023, and that was the Slimline Trapper. I can dig it out if people want to see that. I showed it a couple weeks ago, I believe. Let me, I'll look for it here.
Yeah, go ahead, Matt. Sorry
Yeah.
to interrupt you.
No worries. That's all right. Don't worry about that. So this is, I got one here in red G10 with a blacked out blade. This is a Jaime Haynes exclusive.
Oh, that's nice.
Nice texture on the G10.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the little thumbs on this one as well. This is one of like the lower priced end ones. They're about £30 here, so maybe that $35, $40 maybe. Another. This is called this is the Zebra G10.
Nice.
This is with an N690 blade, I believe this one is. And this is like another good one. And then the rest of them are a lot. What's that?
The pocket clips are amazing, and it looks like a pen in your pocket. You wouldn't think it was a knife, and they're deep carry.
Very deep carry pocket clips. You won't even see it when it's in your pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, G10 on this one. And I've got these are some sort of the latest one. This is the one in brass. So this one's quite heavy, but this, so you know it's there in your pocket. But this has got a titanium clip. It's not quite as deep carry, but it is it's a nice sturdy clip.
Yeah.
And these are the fancy ones Stephen was on about. This is the geometry. It's titanium with a design on the handle there.
Sweet.
I think that's beautiful knife.
Yeah.
And it comes with that wee fob as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, this little lanyard was on it when I got it. Little real steel bead on there.
It's lovely.
And last one, so the brass one, this one did come with a Damascus blade, but I've swapped it out onto like a mill titanium sort of scales. There's a Damascus blade on that.
That looks better.
I'm trying to see if I can get the milling to show up on the camera.
Yeah, you can
very
see
well.
It's very like the tactile turn pens, that sort of milling.
Yeah, similar sort of milling on that. But that's that's sort of like a mix of two I put together, because I didn't think the Damascus really went on the brass, so I thought it'd go quite well with this. But that's
a good choice. Yep.
That's all of them. I've got a couple more, but they're mainly sort of similar to this one, just different color G10.
They really ran with the Lunas. You must have most of them, I guess.
Yeah, I'm missing about 4. I think I've got about 10 in total.
Wow.
I don't know what it was about them. It's a nice, easy sort of UK carry knife that no one will question, especially if you got this one with a black pocket clip on. If you're wearing like black trousers, no one will even see it.
That's right.
And you're going to worry about it then. And then I just thought, I like that one. And then I'll get the next one, and the next one, and the next one. And then it just turned into an obsession.
You don't have to explain.
Yeah, we've all the same addiction.
Well, I went ahead and grabbed a couple of QSP knives, to kind of go into what we were talking about with them being. This is the QSP Pangolin. I just did a review on this one with the G10 handles, and it's just a really nice liner lock flipper. It's not assisted, but definitely nice action on this one. I have another QSP here. This is got the brass handles. This is the QSP Hawk, and
Oh, I love the Hawk.
yeah, they made this in copper and in brass, but I love this black wash brass handle in the blacked out blade. It's just really great and not quite drop shut, but nothing that probably flicking it another couple hundred times wouldn't fix. But another fantastic
I've
knife.
never seen that one.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Never seen it.
And then QSP is the OEM for Finch. So here's a Finch Roadrunner. And so, again, just a really super nice droppy blade. And these are just awesome. I like the Finch knives. Everyone I've handled of the Finch knives, I like. Any of the QSP knives that I've gotten a chance to, hold on to are really cool. Yeah, Gary says that the Hawk has a real nice denim micarta too. And then, of course, the other roper that I love is the Buffalo Warrior. This is another fantastic knife, and this is in D2. Again, with the perfect action that just shake shut and just a perfect knife. Really great looks. It's just fantastic.
It's like a modern 112, isn't it?
It's actually bigger than a 112 because here's a 112 next.
Oh,
to
it is, yeah.
Yeah. So here
It's more 110 size, isn't it? It's closer to the 110, I imagine.
Yeah. So here's a 110. Let me back it up. Here, the 110 is
sort of
actually
in between,
bigger,
isn't it?
so it's right in between those two.
What sort of price is that one?
These are going for about $40.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a good price.
What a great price! What a great knife! If you're looking for a decent do everything knife, it's not too big, not too small. Really can't recommend it enough. It's definitely one of my favorite knives like that. And I grabbed some, since everybody's talking about Rosecraft, I grabbed the only two Rosecraft blades I have. Yeah, Gary just reminded me oh, yeah, you're right, Twang Thing. I think that is the Osprey, not the Hawk. And QSP made the Ohio River Jack for traditional pocket knives as well. But, and then here is the Mohawk, which this is just a fantastic blade.
I love the shape of that blade on there.
Yeah, the harpoon shape of the blade, great action. This knife is tough. It is tough. And then, of course, everybody's favorite, the Clinch River Swayback. This is just
I actually have one of them on order.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful work on the bone. The blade shape is really awesome. You can choke right up on it with that big finger choil. You just have to make sure your finger is clear when you close it, because you can get pinched here at the bolster. So that's the only thing, but definitely Rosecraft is on point. That's for sure.
Can we see the Finch again real quick while you're there, RJ?
Sure. Yeah.
I just wanted to see if there was a pocket clip.
Yes, there is. There is a pocket clip on it.
Yeah. Nice.
And yeah, this is the Roadrunner.
What's the handle?
This is like a yellow. I don't know if you want to call it a Delrin or nylon or
like
whatever.
Acrylic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like an acrylic or a synthetic.
Nice.
I forget the name that they had a couple of different colors, but I don't remember exactly what they called it. But
Okay.
yeah, definitely a fun knife. Yeah, this was a really cool one. This is the only Finch that I own, but
What's the model again?
This is the Roadrunner.
Roadrunner, right?
Which I got because the Roadrunner is my spirit animal. So, because I'm on the road all the time, that's for sure. So let me see here. what do we got? So yeah, QSP does the OEM work for Finch. So for
Another,
anybody that doesn't know, that means they're the manufacturer. And I
Another
see
Rosecraft here.
is that an Appalachian Jack?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I like that
Yeah,
one too.
somebody
I just haven't got one yet.
Yeah, somebody was mentioning it earlier. I thought I'd show it for you guys, and
Yes.
it's got the pry tool there.
Mm.
A little unique. Beautiful clip point on it.
Sweet.
It's a nice looking knife.
Yeah.
It's growing on me. I mean, I think I like it more than the day I bought it.
Yeah, it's funny how some knives are like that.
Yeah. And
I
you were talking about
have not. Casey wanted to know if I've tried out a Hatfield yet, but no, not yet. Sorry, John. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was just going to show you guys as the QSPs that OEM these Finches. This is the Lucky 13. This is in Cocobolo. And yeah, it has the same little pocket clip there. Really nice little liner lock with the worn clip blade.
Nice.
Yeah, I like that one too.
And then we have the 1929. This one has olive wood.
I think that's the one I really like of them all.
Yeah, the 1929.
You know what really
is pretty
sets this
cool.
knife off for me is this little
Yeah.
detail right here. Just
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
little indication of maybe like a faux bolster or whatever you'd like to call it.
Yep.
And then it's got that same pocket clip. This one's centered on the back. And you get this nice little spear, or I guess like a fatty clip point blade.
Cool.
Yeah, I like that one.
It's kind of an interesting blade.
Are they thin behind the edge?
Not particularly.
Uh-huh.
They're
Thank
yeah,
you,
not super
Casey.
flat.
That'd be awesome.
But yeah, they use the 154 CM.
Yes, they do,
Pretty
and
nice.
that's an awesome
do.
steel.
Yeah. It's a steel I like a lot, along with 14C28 and VG10.
Yes.
So all those
Yep.
steels are great.
So
But yeah, it's doing good stuff. They got good OEM work going on.
yes, they do. Very, very high quality. Their fit and finish is on point. You know, just a great company doing great things. That's for sure. But there was a mention. Byron said Rosecraft Blades is coming out with around 6 new traditional models, and I've seen their page on Instagram where they showed those, and I think they're on Facebook also. So take a look at those. Definitely, more than a couple of those are on my list. I love their take on a doctor's knife that they're calling the surgeon's knife. And they got a couple other ones. I think one of them is like a Barlow, and so they're kind of doing their take on the traditional patterns. But a lot of those are being designed by Andy Armstrong. So really,
When
cool.
you say traditional, does that mean they're non-locking?
Yes, sir.
Oh, good.
Non-locking.
I'm hoping that they start bringing them to the UK because the sort of the
Yeah,
special
it'd be
of the sway back that you just showed, RJ. It's like double the price here to pay for shipping.
Right. That's the only bad thing. Jeroen wants to know if they're almost as good as a buck. We'll have to go to Tom for that. Tom, are they as
I
good
know
as a
we know
buck?
the answer.
Don't know. Don't have any to compare with.
Is that because you only compare bucks to bucks?
That's right.
Don't worry, RJ will send you one. You'll get it eventually.
Yeah,
Oh,
we can do that.
that's nice. Thanks, RJ.
You'll have a wee set of 3 then. That's lovely.
Actually,
Just
what it
perfect.
is I'll send it to Tom, and I'll get it eventually.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay,
I got a knife to show you. This is my
Yeah.
mate Justin, and what we're starting to do, and hopefully Matt will join in with us. With if we see a knife that we like of each other's channel, we'll just swap them around, and show them off. But
exactly.
this is a lovely case, Tony Bowes. 30 years.
Oh, that is so beautiful. I love
And
those
this is a
Tony
back
Bills.
pocket knife, which is a knife that I've looked at, but it is big, so I can't carry it legally. But I just love the look of it, and you get this beautiful little leather fob to go around the back of it.
Yeah,
But
you can accidentally carry it though. Like we accidentally carry a locking knife.
Yes, I accidentally do it sometimes. But look at that bone.
Oh wow.
Isn't that just beautiful? And I love the way they
That's
got
gorgeous.
the case. They've got the case up here.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
That's absolutely gorgeous.
I
Or is it
just
like a
think
deep,
it is
deep
beautiful.
green?
Yeah, it is a green. It's like a it's a green with the pocket worn edges on it here, which are yellowy green. But the only thing that lets it down for me is the blade. It's too skinny for a big handle like this. I find that the sort of California clip or whatever you want to call it, it just doesn't look in proportion. Otherwise, I'd have snapped this because I think he's going to sell it soon. But just that skinny blade doesn't appeal to me. Or, is that something that bothers anybody else, or is it just a Paddy thing?
No,
I
that
think
bothers
I
me, too.
agree with you. I think that it's out of proportion.
Yeah,
it,
but
it
it's
does
a
look like
gorgeous
they
knife.
could have put a bigger one on there, that's for sure.
Yeah, the fit and finish is beautiful, though. It really is a gorgeous knife. Very light pull. It's probably only about a 4, but that doesn't really matter to me. The light pull. I'd rather have a stiff one, but that's what she said.
I'm glad you did it first. It was
But
on my lips.
That's what she said.
Oh, now the show's just gone.
dear.
Might as well forget
Sorry,
Where
about
they
it.
got her now?
Sorry, Tom.
Okay, so this one I think was probably more for Tom and Thrifty, but Crispy Critter was asking the question about the Boy Scout knives or camp knives. He's saying which one should he get? I think for his granddaughter, and I think probably you, Tom, and TK probably have the most of the actual traditional camp knives or things of that nature. Because I was thinking more when I think of camp knives nowadays, I really do think of more of a Swiss Army knife. But
Yeah.
oh, you got
Well-
one, Patty?
That's the Rough Rider camper. Absolutely smashing.
Yeah.
Nice bail on it. Lovely big fat spear. Lovely fat spear on it. It's got the can opener, the bottle opener, but it's also got a lovely owl on it. Or yeah, it is an owl. Beautiful big owl on it. So, and it's buttons. It's for nothing. And it's a great knife. You wouldn't worry if you lost it, as kids tend to do. You could just go and get another one. But lovely knife.
Yes, that's for sure.
I was just going to suggest to go to, I think it's scouts.org, and they show a lot of the scout knives that are still available. So the first question is, are you looking for an officially licensed knife, or are you just looking for a camp knife? Because that's two different things. If you're looking for an official Boy Scout knives, I think Case makes one, Buck makes one, but they're not the old traditional camp style knives. I know Victorinox makes an officially licensed one, so you might want to. I think there was a junior model of some sort.
Oh yeah, he wants an official one.
Okay, so you can check out Swiss Army. If you're looking for the old style camp knives like Stephen just showed, I would check out eBay. I know they're for sale on eBay. I don't know of anyone that makes an official Scout camp style knife anymore. There could be some out there, but go to scouts.org and they got pictures of all the knives in their shop that are officially licensed.
Yeah, and Randy is correct too that antique stores carry them from time
They
to time.
do.
I've seen some of the camp knives in antique stores. Unfortunately, the ones in my area, a lot of those are very, very used knives, and they were used hard and put away wet.
Yeah.
So
if they're affordable, they've been very well used.
yes,
To find one in pristine condition, you're really going to pay for it. The second thing is what age is your granddaughter? I think he is wanting to purchase for, daughter or granddaughter. What activities at her age is she going to be doing with the knife? So that would determine on what blades and everything you'd want to have on the knife.
yep. And Byron is saying that ABKT has a Cattleman's Cutlery Sagebrush Trail Scout knife for $30. And of course, if you use my discount code, you'll get 20% off of that. So you can save you some money and get a nice knife that way too.
Sure.
I would have to get my wife to write that down before I went to the shop. I'll never remember all that.
Well, you look for blades because the Cub Scout knife, the traditional camp Cub Scout knife, was a 3-bladed knife versus the Boy Scout knife, camp knife, which was 4-bladed.
Right.
And the reason is there was no can opener on the Cub Scout knife because they were only out doing day trips. They weren't out camping overnight, such force, so they didn't need a can opener to open food and things like that. So that's why I'm saying look at the activities that she'll be doing, and then that will help determine, what kind of knife you want.
Yeah, so she's going to be camping and fishing. It appears
Okay.
that's the activities, and she's 7. So really, any of those should be fine for those activities, or like I said, a Swiss Army knife, or whatever kind of knife you want to have. But there's plenty of options for a camping knife.
Yeah, and Thrifty just put it up. They make the official Victorinox hiker that is $43. So yeah. Again,
Okay,
scouts.org, and they show all of the licensed knives.
That's probably the best answer I've ever heard given. Well done, Tom.
Well, I thank you, sir.
Seriously, though, that was a lovely answer.
We were actually helpful. Consumer advice.
That's why we bring him. He carries the show.
A broken clock is right twice a day.
Especially when daylight savings time just occurred.
There's a question for Sean. Would you ever
Yes.
go around the antique shop, Sean, and pick up the old axe handles? I find a lot of the antique shops sell the old ones, and then you have to reshaft it. But you can pick up some really lovely old ones and give them a good burnish up, polish up. Really,
It's a good little tip. I should keep my eyes open for that.
yeah, it's a bit of a hobby thing. We would do at the car boot sales and things like that. You can pick up them where the handles are wrecked. They've had so many nails on the top.
Yeah.
But the actual, the actual head is great to do up.
Yeah. Okay. Good point. I'm not around too many flea markets. I'm a little more remote now, but yeah, it's something to keep my eyes open for sure.
Well, when you come down the mountain to trade your pelts, then you can go see what wares they have when you get to the town.
Yeah.
Are
I'll have to send you the Monty Python's video.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a lumberjack.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Was it the lumberjack song?
Yeah.
We got to be careful because if Tom listens to that, then we're lost.
That went over my head. I'm reading comments.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Swamp Stomper has a question for Sean. He wanted to know, would you buy your Legul from the same makers again if you did it over, or would you look at a different maker?
Oh, good question. I would go with the same makers, I think. So these French knives, the Laguiolles, that's a region, I guess, of France. So
yeah, let me bring your full screen there.
Thank you. So this maker here, if you can see it, it says Forge de Laguiole. So that's the actual company. Laguiole is the region. I would definitely recommend this maker. They've been around for a long time. So again, that's Forge de Laguiole. And takes a bit of research with these. There's a lot of kind of fly-by-night companies that will make these, and then there's a lot of companies that are actually in that region of France that have been there for many, many years. So I kind of try to keep these ones authentic and get some that are actually from France, from the Laguiole region. But you can get versions of this knife from Turkey and other places, of course, and they'll be more affordable. But for
What
me,
price range was that in?
pardon?
What was the price range of that one you're holding?
This one I got maybe 10 or 12 years ago, and Canadian, I probably would have paid about $90.
Okay.
I can highly recommend Lethers, which is Lethiers.
Oh, yes.
They're a real high quality knife. If you want to spend that wee bit extra, you do actually get a much better, product. But Lethers is a really good one, very popular.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a website called Knives of France.
Yeah,
they're on Instagram also, and they have all kinds of French-made knives and different styles and stuff. Really cool stuff.
Yeah.
But I decided that since everybody's talking about hatchets and lumberjacks and all that other stuff, I'll go ahead and grab my my hatchet so you guys can take a look at that.
For
I
sure.
know Sean's probably excited about this at this point.
You see me in my plaid shirt, RJ.
I did. So as you can see, hardcore hammers, and that's their. Yeah. So here's the hammerhead part of it. So it's got a nice waffle pattern, and you can kind of tell it's recessed also.
Yeah.
But here's the axe head itself, and then here's the. I don't know if it shows up the little spot.
Yeah, we can see it.
Where it was hit, right up in here. But it had a little bit of a burr that was on there. But I have an old stump in the backyard, and so I just buried the hit in it a couple of times, and it just knocked that burr right off. But it's a sweet little hatchet.
Is that little beard portion sharpened? Is that for
down here? Yeah, it's sharpened on the edge here.
Sorry, keep going.
Not on the backside, no.
Okay, like that little notch by your finger there.
Oh, that's a nail puller.
Yeah, okay.
So you can pull a nail. It's recessed on this side. So if you were, because that's the whole point of this hatchet is it's actually like a construction hatchet, I guess.
Okay.
It has
Me
nice,
and Tom thought it was for zombies.
Yeah, well, it'll work for zombies just fine. And so and that's the nice thing is that with this hammer or with this hatchet you can use both ends.
Yeah.
Smack zombies. So you can get them on use the hammer side or the hatchet side. But yeah, this is a really nice little hatchet, little axe.
That's sweet.
Yeah, I like
How
it.
long is the handle? Is that like a 20 incher or what?
I think it's probably it's like camp axe size. It's probably about 20 inches or so.
Yep. That's nice.
Yeah, so these are nice. Let's see. Okay, it doesn't say what steel it is, but on their website it says that they're made in the USA, and it says it's they were made out of ordnance quality steel. So I don't know if they're made out of the same stuff that they make tanks out of or something like that, but works for me.
Cool. For sure.
Yeah, Jerome says hammer and nail while whacking the head of the guy behind you. Well, it's his fault. He should have been so close.
Tom, I got a weird one here to show Tom as well. This is what I was on about before, Tom. The bayonet I had.
Okay.
Go, Matt. Go, Matt.
We'll show off what you got there. What is that? A letter opener?
This is my letter opener. I use it every day to open my parcels. I actually inherited this from my grandfather. It's got like a 1917 stamp on it.
That is awesome.
The 1917.
That's beautiful.
And it's USA or US made.
Yep.
Does that come with a metal cover?
Yeah. I'll grab it now. Comes with.
I'll look at it.
It's sort of like a sort of leather as well. Like it is flexible. But, I've had this for quite a while. I don't know much about it. Tom probably knows a lot more about it than me, but
Now-
It's beautiful.
I believe that's the same bayonet as what I have. It's the M1905, and is it
Yeah.
16 inches long?
it's long. I haven't measured it.
Yeah,
I think so, but
I-
I have
because the
really obscure, weird stuff.
original bayonets came with walnut handles,
Yeah,
and then the scabbard was made, it's wood and then covered with canvas.
yeah.
And
I
that's
think
what that looks like. Yeah.
that's what I think. That's what this is. It's sort of flexible, but it's not. It's
Yep.
not bendy. But I also have this as well.
Ooh, that's nice.
Cavalry knife.
This is from. Has got the date on it. It says 1871.
Whoa.
Wow.
I can't get it to come up. I'll try sending a picture to you. I could do it for cleanup first, but the date is on there. You can kind of just see the text. Can't get the date to come up. I'll send you a picture across. This is also from my grandfather.
Wow,
This is
that's very
huge.
nice.
That's cool.
Really is. That looks like a cavalryman's knife, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Now it's got the you can get the barrel through there, but I mean, you want to come up anyone with this on them, don't you?
Yeah, I've been looking at them on Etsy at the minute and on some of my Facebook groups, and I'm very tempted.
Yeah, I don't think I can get away with carrying that in the UK. I think I might get stopped with that.
It's not locking though.
No, technically it's not a locking knife. No, I do agree with you there.
Even with my boasting, that's bigger than 3 inches.
Yeah, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
You just tell the officer I'm blind in one eye, so I can't do distance. So I just think I thought that was 3 inches.
This is a Knives of France knife that I've got. It's another French knife in an unusual style, but it's a lovely style of a knife.
Nice.
Now let me just get this.
Looks like a
GR
horn
is the name of
handle.
the maker. I can't remember his name, but let me actually get this. Can you see that?
Is that horn on the handle, you think?
Yes, it is horn. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
ram's horn. It's a bit darker on this side, but this is beautiful. Look at it, you can see right through to the pins.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful ram's horn. This is in C75 carbon steel. But the
Nice big
thing
bolster,
that I
too.
must warn you, the worst thing that I must warn you when you buy knives, definitely from Knives of France, the older knife, or not the older patterns do not have a kick on them. Can you see this? There's no kick at the end, so you have to actually gently lay it into the blade. Otherwise, you do like I done when I opened it, pulled it open, and it popped it, and took a huge big chip out of the blade, which I had to repair. But lovely knife. It's a nice knife to have. But this is my fancy pants steak knife. This is a Lethers that I was talking about. This is in horn as well, ram's horn. You can't really see it, but in real life here, there is a bit of color in it, and you can see that sort of there. It's a proper old bit of gnarly ram's horn.
Nice.
But this is just a stunning knife for a steak. Really beautiful.
Yeah, that is.
This one was about £100,
Mhm.
so $125.
Yep.
But the other wee one was only about, I think it was only about 50, and it's nice. That was Knives of France. He was kind enough to send me one.
And Tom, did you still have your
Oh,
little hatchets? I didn't forget, even if you did.
we were talking about Boy Scout knives and stuff. Well, here's a couple of small Scout hatchets.
Got a little bit of use.
This one has been well used, yes.
Yep.
And then here's one in a little bit nicer shape.
Love that handle.
The wood.
Yeah.
That is beautiful.
But they've both been used.
Cool.
It's the sharpening I'm worried about.
Yeah, yeah. Well, RJ, you should take a lesson from my brother. These actually belong to my brother and part of his Scout collection, as well as a lot of the Scout knives that I've been showing. And you should learn. He gave these to me on loan, and he hasn't got them back yet.
You tell me that now. You tell me that now.
I tell you that now.
Yeah, I didn't know. You can never trust a policeman, right, Stephen?
Never, ever.
Never.
Or a sailor. Never trust
Heavy
a
drinking
sailor.
hooligan.
Oh, and he was a sailor on top of it.
Yes.
Oh boy, I'll know next time. I just need to send my stuff to John. He'll get it back to me.
He probably will. He's a nice guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Tom, send them to. Yeah, you should send them to John because he'll sharpen them. He couldn't look at them for longer than a day.
That's true. That's true.
I'll put
Even
some
I
work
would
in.
have to sharpen them.
Oh boy, I'll tell you, it's
Anybody got anything nice coming this week?
I do.
Nothing
I got
coming in.
something British made coming this
wow.
week.
What's that?
I've got something British made coming this week, so I'll show it next Sunday.
Right.
Oh, nice.
Did you order it from Britain?
I did not. It was actually available here.
Right. Because I was going to say, especially to you boys that I know on here, if you have a knife that you want from, say, Arthur Wright or some of the other British makers, I would work out the price, how much it would be for postage for you if you ever wanted to find that out, and I would quite happily, get it for you, and you just give me the money back, and I'll post it to you if it works out cheaper.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
That sounds good.
It probably would postage rather than going through the business, I imagine.
Yeah.
Jeroen wants to know if you want to give out a hint, John, on that British-made
A
knife.
hint?
Yeah, a hint.
I'll tell you, it's got a stag handle.
Ooh.
There you go.
Intriguing.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Yeah.
I've been looking at UK knife shops and the possibility of ordering here and the whole conversion and them shipping here. Is there a UK knife shop that you would recommend, Stephen or Matt?
Fine Haynes.
No.
No? Okay. I didn't know if one was better than the other or.
Well, Arthur Wright, I like ordering from them because you're getting their knives direct from the supplier.
Okay.
But yeah, Jaime Haynes is good. There's Moonraker is another one that's very good.
Yeah.
I think because I know the boys at sort of Arthur Wright, I tend to, that's where Ashley, him and his father own. But yeah, I can check around for the best prices for you if you ever see something you really fancy.
Okay.
And I'll tell you exactly what it is.
Okay.
I'll not add much more than 25, 30 pound onto it.
Well, I'll tell you, I've looked at the twisted assisted slip joints. I've just never gotten around to ordering one yet, but those kind
Which
of.
one have you looked at?
I don't remember the models. Just whatever was on their website.
He's very good at sending abroad. He'll give you a really decent, the basic price. He doesn't do anything fancy. It's a basic price, and he's a genuine nice guy.
Yeah, let's take a look at that, Matt, because I like the twisted assisted also. Those are ones I'm interested in.
This is the carbon 5. This is the carbon 5 one. This is the first one he did, just like by himself. There's VG10 steel.
Yeah,
that is very nice.
That is nice.
And
it's
he
about
did like
35. It's about 35 quid, isn't it? That one?
Yeah, 35 quid. And this is like a collaboration with BezTech. This is the Guernsey.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the safest slip joints you'll ever buy.
Yeah.
The forward choil on that is you're not going to move it.
You can push it down, but it's not going to go into your finger. That's as far down as it'll go.
Right.
And this is actually on bearings, so you can sort of, it does like flick down. You can sort of flick it up. I can't quite get it, but
I can't. I'm too old.
But out of the two, this is definitely the one I would go for.
I really like that one.
Yeah,
I like that flip point.
Nice sort of. It's thick. It does thin out at the end, but it's very slicey.
It looks to be pretty. Looks to be a pretty thick blade too.
Yeah,
pretty thick.
Reasonable thickness. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great work knife, that one.
Yeah. and it's not
Looks like a
it's not
brother.
overly strong on the pull. It's probably about a 6. The
Made
action
by
is
brother.
fantastic. Yeah, 100%.
But I think he
Definitely
charges
recommend it.
35 quid, and then he sends it the basic post, so you're not going to spend a fortune on it.
Okay.
Where do we contact that guy? Twisted?
Twisted Assisted.
Assisted.
Dot
I'll
co
drop the
dot
link down.
UK.
I'll drop the link down below now.
Okay.
I won't, because I have no idea how to do that.
If it won't let you do it, Matt, if Michael Morgan or Gary from the Last Ranger, they can post links if it won't
He
let
can
you.
spell it out, but
No, it's just done
it
a
won't be
normal
an
text.
actual link.
Yeah.
Just type it out,
Twistedassisted
Matt,
dot co dot
so
UK.
we can see it.
Just Twisted Assisted.
Dot co dot UK.
Yeah.
Okay. You always forget about the .com.uk thing.
Yeah.
We're spoiled over here.
Model name on.
Yes, we are.
That's the Junzi, that is. Byron.
Did you have something you wanted to show, Tom, or were you just
No, I was just asking about good places to buy knives from UK knife stores. So
yeah.
This is what I mean, especially for people in the States that like to get the sort of English Barlow. And this is why I recommend Arthur Wright. I think this is one of the nice Barlows that's ever made. That's a rosewood, and it's been treated. It's not raw wood. You get a lot of these, the cheaper ones that are made. It is a hardwood, but it's really badly finished. It's not. This is the way it comes from the shop. And this one's £38. It's in a C70 steel, or you can get them in stainless as well. But absolutely lovely knife. I just think it is a typical sort of British Barlow, but the shape of that blade and the handle is just gorgeous. Do you want me to put it beside a case knife? I do know. Oh, here's a Rough Rider Barlow, which I think is another super knife. But there's it beside the Rough Rider Barlow. It's a little bit longer, but not much. We're talking an 1/8 of an inch, maybe longer. But look at that blade. I just think that blade is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Nice.
Would highly recommend that.
Just a beautiful knife. I think that's just the quintessential Barlow. There's, it's
there's
the
no
original.
frills. It's just no frills, just beautiful.
Yeah, just the OG knife.
Yeah. And I know £38 is a bit more expensive. You can get them much cheaper, but I don't know. You're buying a knife that's made mostly by hand. It's in a small factory. They don't do runs. They sort of wait till there's about 20 ordered, and then they'll knock them out. But no, I do like that traditional side of it. I mean, the steel or the C70 is not going to last forever, but it does me my day.
Yep, that's for sure. And the German Bull has a really nice Barlow. It's me, Marshall says. So that's
the Bulldog.
I think he said the German Bull, but it might be a Bulldog. I don't know. Aren't the Bulldog knives more like a sunfish type knife?
No. You can get Bulldog knives. They're German-made knives. Bulldog.
Okay.
An older sort of brand.
Okay. Well, that's
Don't
good.
think I've got one. Oh yes, I do. No, that's a Fighting Rooster. Another great company is Fighting Rooster.
Yeah. Yeah, they make good stuff.
Or Boker's another. There's a lovely Boker in. That's one of the nicest knives I have in my collection. Full stop. That's in the what do you call that fancy wood?
Let me see. What you got? Ebony?
No,
ebony?
It's a browner wood. It's
Grendel or something like that, is it?
No. Oh gosh, what's it called? I can't think. But it's a beautiful pen knife. Absolutely lovely. It's thin enough, but yet you've got the girth this way across it. There's your Boker emblem. So comfortable in hand. Full 4-finger grip. Stunning knife. But the trouble is, to buy Bokers in America is They're one knife that's dearer in America than they are here.
Yeah.
This was still
No,
about 100. This was about £100. But a beautiful knife, I have to say. M690.
Is it Ironwood? Zen Ollie?
Ironwood, that's it.
Yeah, there you go. We also had guesses of Cocobolo and Whiskey Barrel. And then we had Castlewood. And then Zen wanted to remind everybody that Sierra Nevada has a nice IPA, if you're into that kind of thing.
Can I cut a steak?
Okay, let me take that down. Anybody got
Can I
anything
make a little
else?
announcement?
Oh, absolutely.
It's
We're
not
all good
really
for-
anything special. Just I was browsing Chicago Knife Works, and they have their latest Rough Rider Reserve out. It's sort of a humpback Barlow. It's kind of, it's a little unusual, but it's neat looking. I'm going to be picking one up, and I think they're like $56 on Chicago Knife Works. So anybody who's into the Rough Rider Reserve knives might want to check that one out. But
What's
I
it
just
called?
noticed it today for the first time, so I think it's probably came in yesterday or today on the website.
What
What's
is
it
that
called, John?
Let me look it up, and then I'll give you the exact name.
Okay.
Because I know Big Red was doing one the other day, which was a beautiful one.
Oh, the Patriarch.
Patriarch, yeah.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
Yeah, and then they
And-
just came out with that the Sabak, which is
Yeah,
kind
What
of
number are they at now for the Rough Rider Reserves? Do you know?
About 27, I think.
yeah,
Really?
I think so. Yeah, I
Wow.
think they're about 27.
Now, there's a couple missing along the way, but they're starting to fill in now that the COVID is over.
Right.
What do you mean? They skipped a number or what?
Yeah,
Well,
a couple of numbers are missing, but they're backfilling them as we go along. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so they had like say number 14 was ready before they had 11, 12, and 13.
Yeah.
So inflation and tariffs. It's what it's all about, Zen. That's what it's all about. If it's not that, it's all bloodshed and warfare.
I would go over and check each channel Jersey Knife Guy. He got another one that's a new one just come out, and it's like a big Navaja.
Right. That's the one. That's
Big
called
knife. It looks at about
the
9
Sabak.
inches.
Yeah. Yeah, the
But
Sabak.
it's a beautiful looking knife.
I don't know why they named it the Sabak because it's really kind of weird. I didn't know what that word meant, and I looked it up, and it's a reference to a Star Wars thing, and so it's not. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like why are we bringing Star Wars into traditional knives? I don't understand that one, but
If John Wayne or Humphrey Bogart aren't in it, I don't know.
yeah. They're turning
Okay,
you
so
into
they
a
have,
case collector. They
have a couple
turned me
versions,
into one too. That's because Zen's saying that Boker priced themselves out, so now he's having to collect case instead. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Pete, that's what it was. It's a card game from Star Wars because that was the reference in it is that I guess in the first Star Wars movie, Han Solo said that's how he won the Millennium Falcon was playing the game of Sabak.
It's
And,
clicking in my name now because that's a riverboat sort of knife, the poker knife, the riverboat. The old poker players used to keep one in there for the fights when they usually broke out.
Yeah, so that's where that thing. Yeah, movies have sound, Jeroen. You ought to go to a cinema. They still do that. Never, Zen. Never. Zen wants me
What's
to give
happened to
myself.
Tom?
over
I
to-
can't see through my camera.
Zen wants me to go to the dark side of the force. Does that mean I have to start buying bucks or what? Oh, too late. I'm already there. Oh, John's got
All right.
got it on his screen. Let's pull this up so everybody can see what that is.
All right, so it's called the Humpback Jack, and they've got
That's
it
it.
in Damascus, for more expensive, and this is the cheaper one with just the regular D2 blade. But if
That's
you go over
lovely. That's like,
to if you go over
that's
to
like a ram's foot.
yeah, it's let's see if we can get a better look. There you go. I guess you'd call
You
it
do
kind
know
of
it's
a warm.
upside down.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what
Is
I'm
it?
afraid of, Big J. That Tom's doing a wardrobe
That's
change
oh
right
no.
it's
Still
just
upside
for-
down.
I can't do anything about it, Steve.
now.
But
Well, John, that's not good enough. Get that ready for next week.
yeah, that's what the problem with my phone.
£555.
But
I'm getting
anyway.
blooming seasick now.
Ah,
What's going on?
Come on, John. We
Nice
pay you
sticker.
more than that. Get
yeah.
that.
See, now it's gonna be upside down, Steven, because I messed with it.
Well, if you walk around the other side of the table, it'll follow you.
Okay, let's do that.
Hey!
There you go.
And you all thought I was joking, and I was. And the damn thing worked.
Oh,
Who knew?
well.
Anyway, I can't pull it up any better than that, but it's the RRR024, and it's on both Chicago Knife Works and Smoky Mountain White Works. Humpback, like a Warren Cliff blade, pretty cool looking.
What did something change? I come back. We're doing keyboard reviews now.
Yeah, keyboard review.
There. Let's see.
Oh boy. Oh boy. There we go.
No. Has nobody else got any knives coming this week? I'm starting to get depressed.
Like I said, I got those Case Congress. They're on back order. I don't know when they're going to get in. They've been on back order for about a month. So
The Rough Rider Classic Cinnamon Bone Stag Cattleman's on its way.
Right?
That's the only one I've got coming so far.
Which pattern did you get?
The Cattleman.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's one that's in my cart too. So
Did you order that from America, Matt?
I ordered it through Heine.
Right.
yeah, I'm getting
I have a strange obsession with Richard. I just every month I say, "Hey, Richard," and give him some part numbers, and then knives arrive like a week later.
yeah.
Yep. So I have from the Apex pass around group, one of the concept convicts is coming, which is a newer
Nice.
modern folder. And that one looks pretty good. And then I have a couple of knives that are coming through Tom at Knife Delights, but they'll probably be, who knows how long. I heard his brother's still waiting, so I may be waiting as well. I may have to actually drive to Iowa to pick them up.
I'll be quick as a walk.
that was the plan all along, RJ. Hey,
You had
just
to send me
something.
all the way out there. You won't even meet me halfway. We can go to John's
Okay.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah, he meet you halfway down his drive.
What do you got there, Tom?
Well, I was just to say something interesting. I was on that. Is it Heine Hines website?
Yeah.
They happen to have the Buck alumni in stock there, and they're hard to find over here.
All
So,
right.
Just thought I'd pass that along. The alumni is a nice little knife. Comes in 4 different colors.
Yeah. How long's the blade on it? I've been looking at it for a while.
Yeah.
You
So-
said how long is that blade, Tom?
Oh, let me see.
2 inches.
1.5 inches.
Oh, nice.
Just a nice little lockback. Aluminum.
Is it brass though, Tom?
That's aluminum. This is just
Aluminum.
the
Oh,
gold,
right. Well, that
this
looks
is the
nice.
gold
now.
color. It comes in black and blue, and and gray.
Oh, I fancy a blue one.
I'll get it out here. I'll find it. But I just thought it was interesting that they seem to have them in stock.
They must have bought the last ones that were available.
There's the blue.
That's really nice.
They
This
are
could
nice
be my-
little knives.
This could be my start of my buck collection then.
I'm hoping.
Nah.
So yeah, I just thought it interesting that they had them.
Yeah, it's a nice wee knife.
Oh, nice. Sharp Guy ATX. He has the Hummingbird fixed blade from Jason Knight's Kickstarter. I saw that knife and I thought those looked really cool myself. I liked that.
Oh.
That was right before his shop burnt down. I should have checked on that because I didn't know if he was going to have those, for a while or not.
Swamp Yankee's right. My ears are bigger than the knife blade.
Wow.
And El Cap Addict says, do you prefer that to the Bantam of about the same size? I don't know. I like them both. They're just both nice little knives.
It's got buck on it. Of course he likes it.
It says buck on it. That's right.
I've got a lovely wee Kershaw. This is another one of my subs sent me and put my name on it. And I thought it was a really lovely gesture. It's a Kershaw.
Nice.
I can't remember the name of it. It's assisted. Now, it's got a pocket clip and all. And it's it's a frame lock, actually. But it really fires out fantastic. What do you see? It's just beautiful little knife.
Nice.
Yeah.
Really nice little knife.
That is. And Kershaw makes fantastic stuff. You got to go, John?
Yeah, I got to run.
Okay, well, thank you for being here.
Nice meeting you guys, Matt, Sean.
Thanks,
meeting you guys. And Patty, we'll see you next week with my British addition.
I've been really looking forward to that.
All right, Tom, RJ,
nice.
Always great. We'll see you guys
It's
next
been
week.
late,
Yeah, it's been good.
better
Okay,
late than
John.
never. Gonna get a real knife.
I guess Pete's going to go play golf with you, John. He said he's leaving
Sure,
too.
anytime, Pete. I shoot about a 120, so you'll have fun walking.
Hey, the other day, Pete was showing a knife, and on, I think it was on the reverse side of the blade, it had PPP for it. And
Yeah.
Pete had an explanation for it, but I thought it stood for Patty's potato peelers.
I was going to say the same thing.
I'm quite happy GEC put that on a new pattern. It's Pattern Premier. There's 3 P's, but I can't remember what the other one is.
Patent.
Are you suing them for a copyright infringement? Infringement?
It's a trademark.
Trademark? Yeah.
Well, yeah. So that when I got married, my wife used one of those branding irons and just put it in my backside. I've got PPP on my backside.
You probably deserved it.
I've enjoyed this. It's nice that they are earlier. I have to say, I've enjoyed that.
Oh, good.
Thanks for the invite, RJ.
Sorry, Sean?
Thank you for the invite. That was great.
You're very welcome. I was glad to catch up with you. It had been quite a while. And,
Long while.
Nice to see you're going to get back into the YouTube game and get.
You're bringing me back out. It's good. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Oh,
yeah,
but nice to see you back. You were missed.
Patty brought me in, and RJ's keeping me going. Thank you, Patty, for giving me the start a couple of years ago. There, you shouted me out. Yeah. You shouted me out. My subs went from maybe 8 to 50 in a day. So,
wow,
really encouraging.
Yeah.
Thank you. No, I think it's wonderful because we shout out so many people, but you really don't hear much about it. But it's lovely to be able to help anybody.
Mm-hmm.
It really is nice.
Yeah,
it gives you the wee warm feeling in your belly.
Right on.
Yep. When I first started, Sean was already pretty well established. When I came along, so it was nice to get to know him when I was a young channel, and now we're here. We are a couple years later, and I'm running a live show and all kinds of weird stuff. Yeah.
So. Are you going to do the live shows, Tom? Now you're over the 1,000.
I don't know. I haven't decided yet. There's a lot of them out there, and I don't want to compete with anybody. And to be honest, being on with RJ here and all of you kind of fits the bill for me at this point in time. Right. I would like to maybe at some time do some more something like Thrifty started, some one-on-one interviews or maybe some lives, just short ones, maybe a half hour to 45 minutes, just so that there's so many new channels out there. And I just think it's a good vehicle to let everybody see all the new channels and help the new guys along as I've been helped along, so.
I know it's a bit selfish, but I love the channels that are coming along now with traditional knives as a big part of their channels, because we're missing so many. We need more and more slip joint lovers. Not that it's the only knife, but it's just my passion and getting to see the different makes, and I just love it.
Great. Yeah. Slip joints all the way.
And it's fun to see everyone getting excited over their slip joints as they discover them and know what a great, just the knife community in general, how great it is. And then with the slip joints, seeing their excitement as they learn something new about a slip joint, or they get a new pattern and they're like, wow, I wished I'd have known this was, available all along. And so as they go through,
I was like that with Stockmans. I always looked at them and was like, I'm not so sure. I'm not sure. Now I've got loads of them. This is a recent one I got from one of RJ's reviews. The Uncle Henry and the new Gen Saglon.
That's a nice one. I like that one a lot.
That is the 834UH.
Yes.
I never really liked the old style Stag one, but the new Gen stuff I think is great. I don't think it looks too much like Stag, but what it is, I mean, the fit and finish on it's fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah. See, I like the old style ones. I'm the opposite. I love the old Staglon. But that is the joy. So many different patterns.
Yeah.
I just love the Stockmans, and I got into old timers as well.
Okay, Tony, have a good one.
The Lumberjack 858 OTB. This is a big one.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's the large. Large one, that's for sure.
But it's fantastic.
Yeah,
a bit too big to carry in the UK, but if you accidentally put it in your pocket, you accidentally put it in your pocket.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the things that it's kind of a double-edged sword in that with the laws that you guys have over there, it's going to make more slip joints available in the marketplace because knife makers are going to want to be able to have sales in Europe. It's a huge market, one that you can't ignore, and that's going to be more slip joints for everybody. But in a way, it's bad because then you guys you can only enjoy certain ones, and you can only carry certain knives, and really, it's too bad that you guys can't have access to everything.
I think the sad thing is what you're saying should be right, but they're not actually making more. I mean, the knife makers are just dwindling away, especially the bigger companies. They're dwindling away each year. Somebody's running down, cutting back the numbers, and I can't understand why. But I can in the other sense. If you can't advertise,
right,
because you don't see knife advertisements anywhere,
no,
right.
So I mean, and that's why I think more channels, and we get people like Sean, and the more we gather together and become like a group of people, that's the sort of thing it's going to make us say, well, look, if I get on YouTube, if I get settled on there, there's going to be a community that will buy my knives, and I think the numbers game is always going to win.
Yep. We'll see you later, Jeroen. Thank you for coming. Zen Ali had a question for you, Matt. He wanted to know if you own a case Stockman. I think you showed one earlier.
Yeah, I do. I got this one, medium Stockman.
Yeah, and their medium Stockmans are really, really just a wonderful knife. I only have one myself, but I'd like to get some more.
This is it. This is the only one I have this size.
Yeah.
I've got I think it's like their baby Stockman. I just quickly grab it.
Oh, cool. 1 minute knife reviews going to have a video on the influence of the community on knife makers today. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, so I have they're like baby Stockman, like a little tiny one.
Yes.
This is really well built for a little tiny knife.
Yeah. And
Nice.
Todd Carr is asking if the double detent knives are becoming popular overseas.
Yes and no. I like them, but this is one of them.
Uh-huh.
But
Is
they're all,
that a
it's all
Kaiser?
like the modern. Yeah, it's a Kaiser mini sheepdog,
Yeah.
but they're all sort of the modern style. I do like the modern knives, but I'm slowly favouring the traditional pattern, so it doesn't get as much carry time.
Right.
It is good for like a fidget knife, but I'd much rather be given something like a Stockman or something like this just to carry every day now instead.
Yeah.
Even with like the lower quality steel, or not even lower quality, just not as high end steel, but you get 3 blades. This is more enjoyable for me than carrying like a D10 knife.
Right. And Zen says he prefers the Boker patterns to most other makers, but Case beats him with the medium Stockman, and that's his favorite pattern. And
Yeah, I've
it's
got one
hard. It's
too.
hard to beat the medium Stockman. They are wonderful. Hey, Sean, you got your friend with you?
He's getting a little antsy.
Nice. Let's see what you got, Tom.
Oh, I thought they might, especially Matt, might enjoy seeing this. This was my grandfather's Case Stockman, and it was made between 1940 and 1964. So
Wow, that's cool.
It
Very
took them a long
similar to the
time to
one
make
you
a
have.
knife back then. if
What's
they
that?
started. It took them a long time to make a knife back then. If it started in 40 and finished in 64.
That's right. It sure did.
It's in really good condition as well.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I was the same as Matt. I really didn't like the Stockman pattern until about 2 years ago. And I think the Case medium Stockman is what I call the perfect little pocket knife that you don't want to be, it doesn't imprint on your clothes when you just drop it in your pocket. It's lovely.
RJ,
I caught it.
you caught it? Okay.
the
Thanks.
bots.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yep, I blocked them. Yeah, we don't cotton to that kind of stuff around here. We're talking
Nope.
about knives. But it happens if you run a live stream. It
Yep.
happens.
There's my
Okay,
view.
Stephen.
I think the jigging that Case does, I just adore this. And it's much
Yeah.
more reddish than what it's coming out there. But
Yeah.
the jigging on this little knife is just beautiful. Stunning little knife.
That,
Yeah.
that's
Get the
very close to the color and jigging on Grandpa's knife here.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
was looking at that. But honestly, I just love this wee knife. And, this is not a young knife. It's a fair age. But look at that. It's absolutely perfect.
Yeah. Well, the same thing. I have that Case Trapper. Let me show the Amber Peach Seed jig, and I think that's just absolutely gorgeous the way they do that. And this is probably their flagship jigging and bone pattern that they have. And again, like when you talk about the back springs and stuff, there's no gapping, there's no anything going on with this. This one's in the stainless steel, but just a fantastic knife. Case does such a good job on the bone. It's crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah, I have the wee jackknife and that bone as well. And it's a beautiful little knife, the wee 2-bladed jackknife.
Yes, that is good. Richter Knives asked if this was CV steel. No, this one is in the True Sharp, but I do have some with the CV and the carbon steel, which is the 1095 now that they're using.
That wee one I showed is in carbon steel, the medium Stockman.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I agree. Swamp Yankee Knives says those old jigging machines that they keep running are pure gold. That's for sure. And Swamp Yankee, if you guys don't follow him on Instagram, do so, because he shows just some of the best looking case knives around, and he's just absolutely a great photographer. I love seeing the shots that he comes up with every day. and the knives that are in them. They're
Yep.
they're just beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Well, look, folks, I'm going to have to head on here. I'm just going to have my tea.
Yeah.
So
I was thinking we
boss had it ready for 8 o'clock now, so I'm just going to go. It's been an absolute pleasure. Sean, more videos, or we'll be after you. We
For
know
sure.
you live in the woods.
Yep.
You can't find me.
Patty's a bushcrafter, so you can't hide.
Yeah.
I'll come on and sleep on your ground.
Good to see you, Patty.
Take care, everybody. RJ, as
All right.
usual, thank you so much for the invite.
You're
Tom,
so-
you get well soon, big lad. And Matt,
Thank you.
I'll see you in the woods.
Yeah,
We'll see you,
so-
Patty.
So welcome.
Take care.
All right.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you later.
Yeah, you know what's coming now, don't you?
I don't. Are you having trouble finding how to get
10
out the
minutes
door?
when I leave.
That would be strange, wouldn't it?
You
Got
only
it.
do this every week.
Yeah, but I sleep in between that.
Yeah, I hear you.
And we made it through a whole show without discussing spay blades.
Well, now we just did. So.
Oh
All right,
boy,
well, I think we're about ready to wrap this one up, anyways, guys.
I
What do you
think
say?
so.
Really good, RJ. Thank you.
All right. Well, Sean, it was wonderful catching up with you again.
For sure.
And yes, we're looking forward to seeing more videos coming out of the EDC den,
Done.
or now it's the EDC Woods. I don't know.
Yeah.
And Matt, it's so awesome that you joined us being
Thank
a
you.
content creator. And we enjoy being here, watching your channel grow.
Thanks for
and
having me
take
on.
off.
I loved
It's
it.
going to be a lot of fun. So
Thanks for the invite.
you're welcome. I want to say thank you to everybody in the chat for coming in. And if anybody is watching the replay and you stuck around this long, well, good God, I hope you don't send me your therapy bill. All right, guys, we'll go ahead and wrap this up. We'll see you guys next week. Oh, and a reminder, next weekend I will be joining Big J on Big J's live stream. So I'll be on there with him and Kevin from Boston Blade Reviews. So you'll get a double dose of live RJ this next weekend. You get to see me on Saturday and Sunday if you're so inclined.
Nice.
So, all righty. We'll talk to everybody in the chat later. Y'all have a great week, and we'll see you then.
Take
Bye,
care.
guys.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone.